Boom. What's up, everybody? Welcome back. It's your boy D Fair. We're back in the building for another episode of the show. Absolute Sure Podcast. We are here. We got a lot of things to get into today. A lot of things to discuss. Honestly, there's a lot of things that have happened over the past couple of days. So we're gonna get into all that tonight. So, like I said, it's me and introduce yourself, reintroduce yourself, whatever.
It's your boy B Neil, aka Emerald. Thoughts win this thing, man.
All right,
Another
let
episode.
me go ahead and tweet this link out as well. Let me make sure we sounding good. Let me make sure we looking good. But if you're not subscribed to the podcast on Apple Music, Spotify, or y'all use SoundCloud. So if you're not subscribed on Apple Music or Spotify, make sure you subscribe to the podcast right there. And Bryce, do you have any good things to start off while I try to share this on social media?
Nothing that was grandiose or anything. Just more consistency, staying together, being happy. That's all I really can say, man.
All right, that's good. That's good. We'll clap it up for that. So, what I got for good things this week? What's going on? I've been real consistent. Like I guess it's kind of what you said. I've been consistent on my shit. I've been making TikToks every day. That shit going crazy. The comments going crazy. I like the discussion, whether people agree with me or not. I like the discussion, and I mean, you got some words in there when we was talking about the music shit. So it's all good and fun for me. But the crazy thing is, like, these people really take that shit super serious. Like they be like, and we're gonna talk about a little bit because I want to talk to you about something that I saw in there. But these people are crazy. But you let people be crazy. So, anyways, what do you want to dive into first? Because we got a lot of topics on here today.
An array of topics.
So, what do you think is what do you think is the one that you would like to? Let's jump in with the people. What do you think? 50
Honestly,
Wayne, what are you thinking?
I think the Jonathan Major thing may be a good convo, especially considering the month he had.
We'll start it off. I'll let you start it off. What you got?
Well, I mean, after the Ant-Man release and after the Creed release, obviously he was on top of the world. And he already had a big buzz going into these movies just off of a lot of the things he had been in recently. And he's just one of them up-and-coming actors. And he was hit with, once again, those false allegations that basically kind of got him hold. And it was no evidence, no proof. And even the ladies already rescinded the comments that she made. But if I'm not mistaken, he already lost some deals and things like that. I believe
All
it
I
was
saw
like,
was the Army pulled the
yeah.
ad from. That's all. But
And I mean, let's be real.
in the
Like
grand
that
scheme of
was,
things, is that like when you're Kang, is that like as long as you don't lose Kang, like that's really the only really thing that matters. Like losing the military ad, like all right, cool, whatever.
no, I agree with that. That's definitely true. But it fit the brand, and it was probably a decent little deal that he was making. And at the end of the day, he shouldn't have lost nothing because it was all bullshit. So that it just was kind of nasty considering the run he had been on this past month. Because I think he broke a record by having two like box office hits in like the same week
And Creed
something
was
or
like
something like that.
the highest grossing sports movie of all time or something like that.
Yeah, and along with having Ant-Man being, I don't know, it was something that he broke where, or it was just a big deal considering him being box office, uh, shit, top five box office, or probably number one if we consider Ant-Man. I didn't watch it, but when you think of his Marvel, and that was kind of one of the big entries to the multiverse, kind of, I guess I would assume that went number one, and then I believe Creed went number one as well. So, yeah, it was just unfortunate to see that, you know, he got hit with those allegations. But I
I
wonder,
wonder if they're gonna release. I wonder if they're gonna release the things that they say they got that exonerate him. Like, I wonder if they're gonna release the footage just for the people to see. Like, okay, did he really do it? Did he not do it? I know the girl recanted her statement, but like, I'm not, and no way am I saying he did it, but money
no,
talks.
I
That's all
get
I'm
what
saying.
you're
Money
saying. I get what
talks.
you're
Money
saying.
talks.
And before she recanted it, I believe they were coming out. Like I remember them saying that this will be released soon once we, kind of do whatever.
Yeah.
But I feel like once she kind of rescinded her comments, it may have changed things. But yeah, I mean,
At the end of the day, even if he did pay, let's say he did pay her off. If nothing comes from it, then shit, he good. Like Marvel ain't gonna do shit. Like Marvel's not gonna like they're personally like, bro, we do not want to. We got this guy. He's the guy right now. He's our villain for this next up until 2025. He's our guy. We can't. I mean, they could go in and change it, but it's like we're not trying to do it because they did change Thanos along the way, but I don't know why, but they did. But um,
but yeah, it wasn't changing him before a major acting role. Like he was just
yeah, he
cameo
was just
when they
cameo. That's
changed
true. That's
him.
true. That's
So
true. That's true.
that would have been a big deal. Just to add to your point, if they would have to change him midway through him being through TV shows and all this, like having to scrap that. I mean, I'm sure Marvel could do something to figure it out, but I'm sure that would have caused a big rift. But you do you really think it was like a payoff thing, or it was something?
I don't know. I don't really know what to think, honestly. Like I said, but from what they're saying, they say they got video footage that disproves that he did anything. So if they got video footage, it's like it's hands down. Because when I first initially read it, they were saying that they rushed her to the hospital because she had red marks on her neck and she had this, and it's like, okay, she got red marks. Where'd she get those red marks from? Unless she like self-inflicted them. That's the only reason I say that, because they did say they took her to the hospital and she had red marks around her neck. But you know,
Hey man, Jonathan Major on them roids, got that roid rage.
because like I said, if he did do, I'm like, bro, you're like at the time, like you're about to like really break through like majorly, like you're kind of already there, but like you could take this shit to a whole nother level. And for some petty like relationship shit, like from what they said is she saw his text messages that he was texting another chick or something like that, and she spazzed out on him. It's like even like I said, her too. Like I get it, because I always say like women don't have to be with a nigga that cheat on them, but like if you know like you probably not gonna leave, like you probably say, damn, what you doing? But like in public, where you know emotions can run high, like let's not do this in public. Like come on,
yeah.
Like especially if you know you're most likely probably gonna stay. You can be mad, but if you know you're gonna stay, don't do all that shit in public. But NJ says, literally saw Ant-Man 2 weeks ago. If what happened to Jonathan Majors is true, Marvel just lost money. If not, that's messed up. How the media threw him under the bus. I don't know if it's not, like with the thing too. I don't necessarily know if it's throwing him under the bus, because like all you really can report is what you like. The police did arrest him, like so you can't just report like, hey, police arrested Jonathan Majors. What they arrest him for? X, Y, and Z. In every news article I saw, they put allegedly. So I mean, you got to see what happens. So I would say it's the media's fault. It's like if Drake gets arrested tomorrow for this type of thing, like I'm gonna report Drake arrested for bop, you know, because that's just what actually happened.
Do you feel like media should know its power and like kind of like wait till information come out? Because I feel like even with them waiting, they don't have to wait weeks like we do in the public. I feel like they just have to wait like a week or two, because I feel like they get their hands on the information and videos and things a lot faster than the public. So should they wait till they have
media? It's breaking news.
No, I know, but I'm saying like in a perfect world, should they wait?
I don't know.
Because it's like, just off right now, the assumptions is already gonna have people thinking. Like soon as they bring that conversation up, it almost demify the person or the man most of the time. So it's like at some point, do they realize how dangerous it is to kind of just come out with these allegations, or do they do a better job of like after the shit is like came out that it went either way reporting on that? Because a lot of times the person that get exonerated, then it goes with the wind, and it's not as publicized like when the stuff when he got accused. So maybe that's
I still think right now a lot of people are posting the like, oh, his attorney says this is gonna happen. They're saying the woman recanted her story. So I think when it all comes down to really the public too, because like we say the media isn't loud about it, but like even when I was seeing things happen, I was like, bro, the media not talking about X, Y, like the train or this, that. But like when I go to all these websites, they're talking about it. It just, I guess, people aren't talking about it. So it's like, because they'll post a headline, unless you're saying like they're not going wall to wall crazy with it. Like it's not like on the bottom ticker 24/7, and they're not blasting out articles about it. But like I see people saying it now. But I mean, I guess it just depends.
Yeah,
when it comes to him.
For him, I feel like how quickly the information came out, or even with Johnny Depp, I guess, to speak to your point, because we seen that going as far as the media, they showed that, and that kind of helped clear his name up, because if that wasn't shown. So I guess to a degree it does become circumstantial with how fast that kind of comes out as far as the person being exonerated.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, obviously, like you said, I've been seeing it with Jonathan Majors, and we've seen it with, what's the name from Pirates of the Caribbean? So, Johnny Depp.
Yeah, I mean, he's got to tighten up a little bit, Just don't put just try not to the best of your ability. Put yourself in certain situations that you don't want to get stuck in. That's really all it is. Because this media, this entertainment, all this type of shit, it can be taken away from you in an instant. Just off allegations. We see it all the time. Allegations can destroy your entire life. So you don't want to get, especially when it comes to abusing women like that. That's one, abusing women in any type of way, sexually or physically. That is one jacket you do not want to wear. Even if, like I said, even if you know you didn't do it, you don't want to have that jacket on you. And that's why maybe I talked about this today. So I don't know if you know her if I say her name, but Shirley Ralph, she's an actress, and she was on Angela Yee's show, and she said that back in the day, a popular TV judge, this was 20
I
years ago, she
remember
said
that.
a popular TV judge walked up on her, grabbed her neck, and put his tongue down her throat, and she didn't say nobody's name, but everybody assumed it's like, okay, it's either gonna be Judge Mathis or Judge Joe Brown. So Judge Joe Brown said, "Hey, she didn't say nobody's name, but I'm letting you know, hey, that's not me. Anybody that's trying to even insinuate that's me, I advise you do a cease and desist, or I'll be sending out defamation suit." So at first I was like, why say something? Like, not to say that he did it, but like social media world shit gonna blow over. But some people don't want that on their jacket at all. Like, bro, I'm not even gonna play around with that shit. Like, I'm gonna speak on it
Yeah.
immediately. If enough people, if enough rumors are swirling around it, even though she didn't say my name, I'm gonna go ahead and step on that before it even grows.
Yeah, I mean, especially with this day and age, if you got a decent brand, you don't want to play them games. You don't want to play them games. I want to ask you a question. How do you feel about people saying like, "Oh, y'all skipped over Dana White, but y'all trying to publicize Jonathan Majors"? Do you feel like that's legitimate or is it just bullshit?
No, because I seen Dana White shit everywhere. I seen the video everywhere. I seen people are talking about it everywhere. My thing is more like would say the sports media. I feel like if that was a player, like they would have been like 10 toes down on him. But Dana White kind of, and like we said, there's always we got to know. There's always a difference when you're the owner. There's always a difference when you're the owner. Always. Now some owners do get when it comes to race and shit. You know, they get held, right? I don't say hold. They kind of deserve it. But when you're a guy like Dana White, UFC's big top shit, ESPN's probably making millions and millions of dollars off of it. You know, and it also depends on what you are. When it comes to UFC shit, I ain't saying people who watch UFC beat their wife because I watch UFC, but it's a different. It depends on who the fan base is really to how the shit gonna go. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah.
That's really all that depends on. Like
Yeah.
also with the NBA, the reason I feel like these owners get thrown out is because that's a players league, right? Like the players kind of run that shit a little bit. Like shit like that happen in NFL, it take a little bit longer for them owners to get axed out unless they want to. Like what's going on with the Washington Commanders, right? He don't have to sell his team. They're not forcing him to sell his team, but he's just selling it. He can make a big profit. Like I saw Magic Johnson's people put in a bid for $6 billion for it. So it's like, why not, max out right now? But we saw the text messages with him and John Gruden and this and that. He had a whole bunch of stuff. Homeboy for the Suns, he says the N word and he whatever. He sold his team like a week and a half later, or two, however long. It didn't take that long. All right, buddy, you're out of here. So it just depends on the demographic that you kind of are a part of, and also the what position you have at that time.
Yeah.
If you
No,
can get away with something or not.
I just seen a bunch of people saying that they felt like it was more media stuff talking about majors, but I feel like it's kind of even. Maybe not like you said from sports media, or maybe like mainstream, but on Twitter, TMZ, shit like that, they were talking about it for sure.
Yeah, for sure. So like I said, hope it all works out for them. You hate to see a person like get to that pinnacle they probably worked their entire life for, and then it all gets thrown away at the last second. You would hate for something like that to happen.
So when you said that, it made me think of something else, and I kind of want to tie it in. So this situation, say he did do this, or like say somebody cheated, and or do you think they should lose their job, or should they lose these roles? Because like say they are in a domestic dispute or a situation, and yeah, I mean they should go to counseling and things like that, but like should this person just be like thrown away or lose all this? Like if he's not like a, let's say it's not been noted or that he done it multiple times, like should this person be
I'll
able to
say this
lose
because
these
I be
big
thinking about this
roles
all
and
the I
things
be
like
thinking about this all
this?
the time when I see stuff like this. If you can, and like I said, I'm not condoning it, but let's be real, right? If you could look behind everybody's home doors, most niggas wouldn't have a job. Most women wouldn't have a job as far as them putting their hands on it. Like these things do happen in bursts of anger between people, right? I don't know about like choking and slapping and shoving, but
Yeah.
pushing, shoving, like shit like this does happen. We're not gonna act like it doesn't happen. Like, all the people on social media, oh my god, this is the worst thing ever. Like I saw a girl today, she beat the shit out of her baby daddy with a baseball bat, cracked him over the head. She was on Love and Hip Hop. And she got arrested. But then she came out, she made a post like, hey, he been abusing me for 3 years. It's like these little fights, they're not good, but in relationships, they do happen. Heat of the moment, shit happens, people get mad, whatever. Now, should you lose everything? At the end of the day, that's really up to the company you work for. Do a company want to stand by that? That's really all it comes down to. Like with the NFL, I feel like they was kind of willing to stand by Ray Rice. until that video came out. And then when that video came out and all of us seen it and everybody reacted to it, that's when it was like, because all we knew was like, oh, domestic dispute between him and his wife, got physical, yada, yada, yada. That's all I remember. Maybe there was more out there at the time, but that's all I remember. But once you see that video, you see the uppercut and the knockout and the dragging out thing, it's like, okay, now we ain't got no choice but to clip him. Yeah. So I think it just depends. Like,
but only reason I asked that because you do say it's the company or whatever, but similar to like the Mike Vick shit, or let's say many other athletes when the fans want to go out, or not even fans, but these people on the outside want to go protest and things like that, it causes an uproar. That's when they these companies feel like they got to do something in their hands and sports. So I just feel like as a society, should we be a little more lenient? Not, and for me, I've never done it. I never will, and I don't advocate it. I don't think there's never a necessary time for you to even put hands on your spouse or anybody really at this point in life. Like
unless they're like young, unless they're like, and I'm not talking about spouse. Because you say anybody. Unless they're like actively like.
That's self-defense.
If it's a verbal thing, it's like you got to figure out how to just do it through words, bro. If it's a verbal thing, you got to just figure it out like that.
Yeah, or if you're some young kids, I can understand that because that's what kids do. But
because you 50 and
Yeah, but outside of that, I feel like we should be a little lenient. Then a lot of times I feel like in these big situations where, like, let's say like a Jonathan Majors or any other like wealthy dude, like, or woman, these people are dealing with people that, like, say if they split up, like, bro, these person is like could potentially lose millions, or if this person find out they're cheating, which is going to be highly likely because they're always on the road. It's like these people don't live normal lives, so I could see things getting like exacerbated or like just worse than like the average person. Even though regular people should go crazy as well, we obviously can see life to point at that, but I just feel like we shouldn't be judging people's lives and being like, this person needs to go immediately because of some domestic dispute. Now, like, if you just slap a random woman in a club or some shit, you're wilding. Like, but this domestic disputes, like, that's something, I feel like that's something completely different. And like I said, it's not something you should advocate for, but you understand it, bro. Like, from Bruce trying to use big words, hilarious.
But that shot wasn't for you. I got a shot for this nigga Trail. I'm glad he's here tonight. I'm glad you're here, Trail, because I got to tell you something. This is for my boy Bryce. I went and looked up your live stream, buddy. I saw you quit those last 2 games. Quit. I saw the nigga picked you, almost got a touchdown. I saw you don't even talk on your shit. All I saw was press pause, concede game, quit. Next game, you play against the Chiefs, you at Seattle. Nigga went up 14-0. You threw another interception. They said, 3rd interception of the night. Nigga said, concede, quit. So you can't say nothing about Bryce no more, big dog. I see that you get beat back to back.
That nigga weird, bro. He ain't never beat me, but he swear.
Back to back, he got done. Back to back. I said, oh, yeah, Trail's done for it. But anyways, that's a side note, just to, they cheating. That's what everybody say. They cheating. I feel you. Trey, you gotta get a mic down. I ain't gonna lie. Niggas don't want to just watch you play the game, especially when you get your ass whooped. You gotta at least be talking so we can laugh at you or something. You know what I'm saying? You gotta get a mic or something, big dog. Go get you a little
Trail the nigga hide behind the keyboard.
Personally, NJ says, personally depends on how bad the situation is. Let's be real. You don't want the biggest superhero company to have a reputation of working with shady people. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's all about the company. You don't want to have that this person beats on people and you're still working with them, especially when it's fresh. Maybe, you get the redemption story and all that. Like I don't know what Robert Downey Jr. was. I don't think Robert Downey Jr. was beating on people. I think he was probably just addicted to drugs or something like that. And he had to go through his thing, and then he had his redemption arc. Now he became Iron Man, and he's the biggest paid actor in Hollywood. You know what I'm saying? You got to go through that. Like, do I think that should be a career ender for them? I don't think it should be a career ender because, like with Chris Brown, the worst mistake Chris Brown's life in that time, would it be a career ender? I don't know. Now, if you're like a serial, which people do say Chris Brown's a serial offender in this, but the only one I've ever actually seen is Rihanna. I know that Carucci had a restraining order on him, but I've never seen him beat anybody else, I guess, like Rihanna. But it's like case by case.
Yeah, it's definitely case by case for sure. For sure.
Charles said shit start looking weird and sketchy. No, you start throwing them picks and they start returning them hoes, and that's when shit looks sketchy.
Trail know he sucked.
Anyways. But we can bypass the Jonathan Major situation. We can because I'm definitely gonna make some clips of this shit for us. But we got up to the 50 Wayne shit. I want to actually play it just because I don't know if you actually heard what the guy said about Lil Wayne. So I got that up here for you real quick. Let me go ahead and play that. So the gist of it is essentially Wayne doesn't have Get Rich or Die Trying. If him and 50 did a versus, Wayne would lose. Now he didn't say Wayne would get washed. He just said Wayne would lose, and that has been a point of contention. So let's listen to it.
And I'm gonna stand on it. Wayne don't have a Get Rich or Die Trying.
No, he don't.
If we're talking about a versus battle, right? We're not talking about what we like. We're not talking about what we grew up on. We're not talking about what we listen to. We're in the kitchen cooking or driving down whatever highway in LA that you drive down. We're talking about in a crowd.
See, there you go. Remember I said the petty shit?
That's
gonna get petty.
Well,
continue.
Who are you talking to? We're talking about 50 Cent. This man is a mainstream monster. Wayne is a cultural mainstream monster. But when we talk about these hits, when we talk about these bodies of work, when we talk about like these smashes, I ain't saying 50 gonna wash Wayne, but if Wayne is not sequenced right and it's not positioned correctly, that could be a very long fucking night for Dwayne Carter.
Shut up, bitch.
Like I think New York niggas be delusional with New York shit. And I said that people said there's no such thing as Southern bias, and bullshit. We're talking about Lil Wayne here. And like I said, I'm not saying that Wayne will wash 50. I'm not saying he will wash 50. I predict like a 12-8, 11-9, a close battle, because 50 do got hits. But 50 when we did the verses when he beat Future, I don't even think it was like what 13 maybe to 7. And we know Wayne got bigger hits than Future do. So, like when he played Bitch Get In My Car and he beat Future, I forgot what we played with Future and he beat that. Wayne, I could easily throw some shit out and beat that. Right? So, and then, you can respond to the verses part first, then we can get to the album part.
He would be right for like 3 years of 50 Cent career. For about 3 to 4 years, 50 Cent had a great run. His hits was one of the best. His albums were selling crazy. Wayne been doing this for 15 years plus. Like Wayne been having hits for at least 10 years, like a decade long, bro. From 1999 to 2010 plus. It's no way you could literally think, and like you gotta think like how people be judging verses and shit like that. Like, bro, he can play from anything from the Cash Money,
Hot Boys.
Like, bro.
It's too much. It's too much to pick from. And even the way I feel like he tried to I feel like a discrediting he tried to do. 50 Cent is a mainstream monster. Wayne is a cultural which kind of puts Wayne in a box. Like, he's like, and I know we all know Wayne ain't no local, but it's kind of like he's a local nigga and he's a global. That's what it feels like. But it's like, come on. I
would consider Lil Wayne being more global than 50 Cent. Musically wise. Like, yeah, 50 Cent is like big business moves.
50 Cent, they're both global, but like,
come on, bro.
Lil Wayne commented to me, he was like, Eminem, 50 Cent and Eminem, they're whatever. If Eminem takes if 50 takes even 20% of Eminem's fan base, he's bigger than Wayne. But I'm like, Eminem ain't astronomically bigger than Wayne, especially in his peak time. Like, we're not gonna act like Carter 3 didn't do a million like that. That album to me is really like full of hit records, honestly. Like, that's almost like a hit filled, like from top to bottom, almost, not all, but like a hit filled album with the Carter 3. And people don't even like that album. Some people prefer the Carter 2. Some people prefer the Carter 4. But we're gonna say his pinnacle as far as mainstream wise, it would be the Carter 3.
Let's say
also, my bad.
You good.
Also, I would want to know what he means when he says, what does he mean he doesn't have a Get Rich or Die Trying? What does that mean? Because if he's talking about a mainstream,
let's look to see what's on Good Rich and Die Trying.
If he's talking about a mainstream crazy album, then that would be Carter 3.
Let's just refresh my memory.
Get Rich or Die Trying has it has intro. What Up Gangsta, Patiently Waiting, Many Men, which is great. In the Club, great. High All the Time, Heat, If I Can't, Bloodhound, Back Down, PIMP, Like My Style, Poor Little Rich, 21 Questions, Don't Push Me, Gotta Make It to Heaven, and then The bonus tracks are Wanksta, You Not Like Me, Life's on the Line, and that's pretty much that.
He got about 5 good. He got 5 good to great songs on there. But bro, Wayne have unskippable, untouchable albums.
So like on the Carter 3, he got 3-peat, Mr. Carter, A Millie, Got Money, Comfortable, Dr. Carter, Phone Home, Tie My Hands, Mrs. Officer, Let
No
the Beat
misses.
Build, Shoot Me
No
Down,
misses.
Lollipop, La La, Playing with Fire, You Ain't Got Nothing, Don't Get It. Like
Maybe them last 3, but you named so many, bro. And I just like, let's say Wardu fucked up, and 50 Cent got 20 classic great hits, which I don't think he has. After listening to that Versus, I said Versus for us put me onto a lot of understanding and where people rank in my eyes personally. He had about 10 great, undeniable hits. Let's say around 10. Bro,
Who,
Wayne
50?
Wayne got about 50 of them.
Yeah.
Wayne might got 100 great songs, bro. Like
100? I mean, maybe. I don't know. But
when we
sounds...
talk about his mixtapes, when we talk about he got 5 albums, and the Carter series we already know is pretty great. Then we talk, he been dropping music since 1999. Like I'm just being he might be shortly under 100.
Yeah.
We just did Drake shit and we seen how many songs he had. And I think when you talk about notoriety and songs, I think Lil Wayne got more notable. It's pretty even with him and Drake, but he up there, bro. He fucking up there.
Trill said 50 still making hits today. Wayne's not.
When 50 making hits today?
The last record I heard 50 on that was big was him, Pop Smoke, and Ratty Rich. That was the last record.
Lil Wayne been on features that was hits and great songs. So I ain't 50 Cent ain't really relevant musically. Lil Wayne features still go.
I'm really trying to think about it. Like I said, I think he could win. Nigga said power theme song. Stop it. Anyways, the only thing with it is like Wayne got big records like A Millie and like shit like that, Lollipop obviously, but like I'm trying to really think like when I play in the club, when I play obviously the 2 records that he got with the game, people are gonna automatically like those are crazy, right? But when you talk about his other stuff, like Many Men, like we said, Many Men, that could be beat, right? PIMP, that could be beat. That's not like the craziest record. 21 Questions could be beat. Like, I think 50 got like 3. And let me see. Okay, let me not 50 best songs. Because I want to be accurate when I say this. So I need to refresh my memory. So let me go to the bottom. This is a complex list of his top songs, so whatever. So What Up Gangsta, In the Club. So they say What Up Gangsta is his number 1 song. But I feel like What Up Gangsta could get beat by Wayne.
That shit is not his number 1 song.
Many Men, that's nostalgia. Hate It or Love It. Like I said, I think that's kind of undeniable. People fuck with that. Crazy. They had a bunch of other records on here. They don't really have like his hit records. Number 1 record, the biggest records.
Wayne gotta go. DJ.
Yeah, I think Wayne will win. It's just like he got too much. It's too much to pull from. His features, it's all this stuff. It's too much to pull from.
Like, let's be real, bro.
It's too much to pull from.
I wasn't even thinking about features, bro. It's not even fucking close when you talk about what Wayne has contributed to rap versus 50 Cent. Let's just stop the
There's no question. There's no question in catalog and all that. Like, it's no question. Catalog wise, there's no question.
He can pull how many DJ Khaled features he had in 2006, 2005, Brown Paper, like all these crazy features he had back in the day. We gotta understand, bro. Wayne is just different. Even when you compare Jay-Z, bro, Jay-Z didn't put in the amount of work. With Lil Wayne?
Yeah.
Because we play by different rules than how if we use just the millions of people that would be watching and 50 Cent and Lil Wayne do it. We don't play by the same rules. So it's a lot different. And yeah, you took the dub, but it was a close one. So I'm not even mad at that. And
so my bad. I just want to go to his next. So his next album would be, and I'm gonna name the records that I think about off first listen. Like these are hits, right? So you would have on Massacre, you'd have Candy Shop, You'd have Disco Inferno. You'd have Just a Little Bit. Hate It or Love It, the Junior remixes on there. Bonus track, Window Shopper, and Best Friend, which If I Was Your Best Friend, but Wayne could beat those. So it's like, you know. Trell, we can take away features. I'm fine with just doing Wayne just by himself. Just Wayne by himself is enough to beat 50 Cent. And like I said,
and taking features away is really just, oh, we scared.
And even if you did that, like I said, it's not to say, I'm not saying that Wayne would wash 50. I don't think he would wash him.
Wayne on forever with Drake, Kanye. Cause you said the records with him in the game, they was gonna use and go to.
Oh yeah, we know they're gonna use those. So you have to.
It's used forever with him, Drake, Kanye, and Eminem, and how fucking great that song was. Like, come on, bro. Like, stop it. Let the be. You already said that. There's so many songs, bro. Rich as fuck. He dropped that in 2013. Like, Wayne was dropping shit in the 2010s that was relevant, bro.
Like, what 50 gonna play when nigga play I Feel Like Dying? That shit, I ain't gonna lie, I love that. I don't know why. I don't know how old he was when I Feel Like Dying came out, and I didn't feel like dying at the time, but that shit instantly made me feel sad when I listened to that shit. I don't know. That shit was crazy. I'm just looking. I mean, shit, he on Loyal with Chris Brown. I mean, that's a, you know. She Will, How to Love, 6 foot, 7 foot.
Bro, he can play Bedrock and beat some shit by 50 Cent.
No Love. Drop the World.
Mirrors with Bruno Mars. Like, bro, he got so much shit, bro.
I'm just looking. He got a lot of shit, bro. Millie, obviously. Lollipop, obviously. Got Money, obviously. Fireman. Go DJ. The Block Is Hot. Back that thing up, man. Hustler Music, man. Stunned Like My Daddy. Make It Rain. You with Lloyd. Ooh. Yeah, that'd be a good one. We should have did that one. That would have been a good one right there. I ain't gonna lie to you. Trell, you're dumb. I'm sorry. Like, at some point we got to just call it out. To say that those songs are skippable, it's like it's your opinion. Music is subjective, but like, Trell is the niggas I look at on TikTok. He's those people. They just like say like half baked type shit just to say something. It's like I said, because I'm not saying that. Like I said, we're not saying 50's like trash. Oh my god, they shouldn't even do it versus 50 and Wayne can do it versus, and I think it'll be a respectable back and forth. But just the comments of like Wayne doesn't have a get rich or die trying. Wayne, he's a cultural mainstream. He's not like a massive. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Wayne got by 2 or 3 good rich or die trying. So we being honest.
Go replay the songs, have them skip. But I can hear them in my head as soon as I name them off like that. Like, bro, I said, Go DJ. The Block Is Hot. Fireman. Hustler Music. Like,
you gotta think about it. It's not a setting of niggas just clicking shit on their computer. These niggas gonna be live performing it. People not gonna know what they're gonna play because it's something from Wayne. Like, bro, Wayne gonna be. He can run laps around 50 Cent, bro. We talking about selections he can pick, bro. Like it.
Mirror on the wall.
We just not being respectful, bro.
I think it's the lack of respect for Wayne. I've always said I don't like Wayne in his later years. Like, I ain't really hyped up to listen to that shit, but we just talking about like on some Verzuz tip. Like,
somebody just said Big Bad Wolf, one of the best songs I heard in so long. Like, I literally was just on the game and my boy was like, bro, Big Bad Wolf. He was singing the lyrics. I'm like, that's a Wayne song. And
bro, that's
like,
not true. They don't hit as hard as they did when they came out. 50 shit don't hit as hard. Like, PIMP is like, it ain't like
in the club like, don't hit like that.
In the club is one of the ones I feel like that's kind of like undeniable. But other shit like Wangsta and what else would y'all play? What else type of shit would y'all play? 21, like, I don't know.
21 Questions hard.
It's hard. That's why I stopped myself. But
I ain't gonna lie. In the club, it's like you gotta think.
That's one of the ones where like, okay, what he gonna use for that?
It has the vibes of Meek Mill, Heaven and Hell. Like that hoe was hard in its time, but bro, that was a club song that bro. That's
Nah, you
been
can't
past.
compare it in the club to
Play
Heaven and
a
Hell.
snippet in the club right now.
Bro, you can't
Play a
compare
snippet in the club.
compare Heaven and Hell to In the Club. Come on.
Go.
You can't do that.
Go, shawty. Like it's cool, but like, come on, bro. Maybe I'm a hater. Well, we're gonna talk about some shit not hidden. You muted. Yeah. I can't hear you. Still can't hear you. I don't know what's going on. Oh, my boy said keep the people entertained, but yeah. Let me see. I can Did y'all hear that? I don't know. Maybe I'm trying to see if y'all can hear this. I'm trying to share my shit, but I don't think y'all can hear it because D-Friend got to he got to add it. But yeah, man, niggas be tripping, bro. I don't know. When you think about, I already said it, Wayne been in the game for almost 20 years, bro. Versus 50 Cent had a great, let's say 5 years. It's let's be real, bro. Let's be real. It's not even comparable. Like Kanye retired this nigga 50 Cent, bro. Like I get it. We're gonna put respect on his name, but there's levels to this shit. Even in his own era, in his own prime, he ended up getting checkmate by somebody and literally stop rapping. Essentially, stop being relevant. That is not happening to Wayne. Wayne is still musically relevant. This nigga was just on God Did with a crazy verse. Carter 5 dropped. Well, I mean, Carter 5 just dropped. That whole dropped like 400K in sales first week, 500K in sales first week. Like, niggas might have fell off on Wayne, but he's still musically relevant. Nas dropped an album. What he had? 90K, 100K first week. Not saying it's irrelevant, but Wayne on a different level, bro. He dropped on Carter 5 had 480,000 sales first week, bro. Like, when the last time 50 dropped something that was that relevant? Like, let's just stop it, bro. I'm trying to think. What was that other album that Wayne dropped? And it wasn't even like, it was something recent. And, let me see. What was it? I can't remember what album it was, but yeah, Carter 5 dropping 500K, bro. It's not even a conversation. Even I honestly think, even with Kanye, like Kanye got a good 40 probably 40 great songs. But I think if we was to total Wayne's great songs, like he might outstretch him. Like Kanye had a great run. Kanye run probably been damn near a decade plus. He still got hits.
Oh, hello. Can you hear me? Hello.
And my boy back. My boy back.
Okay,
My
we're
boy
back. Here
back.
we go. Anyways, what we saying? What we y'all talking about? You were
I was
saying
just
50. You saying Kanye West destroyed 50 Cent, ruined his career. He's
yeah.
trash. Because Kanye West trashed him. Pretty much, right?
I'm just saying he's not just untouchable dude. Like even in his prime, he got touched and essentially stopped rapping. Like
I think to me, it just depends on the people who. It just depends on the people. Trail, don't do that. Calm down. You do too much. Anyways,
so much dick riding is crazy.
crazy, right?
Beta.
Anyways, I mean, salute to you for being my fan, but relax. Anyways, like I was saying, Wayne 50. I just don't like the Wayne disrespect. I'm not saying that Wayne would watch 50. It would be a good battle. It'd be very entertaining. Everybody would love it. It'd be the greatest thing in the world. But I think I got to put respect on Wayne's name. He's got a lot of catalog to go with, and it'll be a compelling battle at the end of the day. 50 Cent got huge records, but we're not going to act like Wayne don't got huge records as well. And when we start getting into the nostalgia shit, when we start getting into them no ceilings, them sorry for the waits and all that type of shit, it's a whole nother, like, oh, let's do it. Like, I ain't going to lie. Let me chill. When I hear "Oh Let's," like we did okay. I'm gonna fuck. I'm gonna say because I listened to "Oh Let's Do It" the other day. I ain't gonna lie to you because when they was talking about, I'm gonna listen to some Wayne. Like with that 50 shit, like in the club is great, but like when I hear that,
It's a mixtape. We can play it.
Come too fast to adjust. I don't give a fuck about my roof.
like I said, that's maybe I got Southern bias. Maybe that's fine. I'll take that. But I know that in the club is obviously a bigger record, all over the fucking world. But "Oh Let's Do" is fire. I don't know. So we'll see. Not Wayne's song, bro. It's not his beat, but it's his song. Like, stop it. Stop the bullshit. Stop the bullshit. Outdated. Bro, if that sounds outdated, then In the Club sounds outdated. I'm sorry. Like, if we're gonna go outdated sounding, obviously that shit came out in the earlier 2000s, so everything's gonna sound outdated. But I get it. You're trying to your little fucking dumb narratives like TikTok motherfuckers. But you got it. So, anyways, what else we got on the docket for tonight, man? What else we got on here? What else we got on the docket for tonight?
It's just Pearly things, man. I guess we got to get to
damn,
this
where my nigga
conversation.
Flying Low at? My boy Flying Low gotta be here, man. I know he got something to say. Bryce girl is being not attacked. She's being pushed away from the black manosphere, man. She's getting pushed away. I was waiting to talk to you about this just because I know Flying Low is gonna talk shit. Trail's gonna be like, why do we care about? I was talking about last night. Trail's like, why do we care about these things? Why do we talk about that? Please, can you talk about 6ix9ine getting jumped for the 20 fucking time? No, I don't want to talk about that. But just Pearly things, right? How do you feel? Have you seen any video?
I'm clueless, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Trail, we might have to get you in here to host.
Bro, I don't even know what you was referring to.
She's had the Nick Fuentes guy on, right? And he was just saying certain things. They was talking about Jews and how the Jews use the Holocaust, from what he said, like for the victim type shit. And then they kind of talk about slavery. And they said how Alex Haley, who wrote Roots, was saying, I need a myth for my people to live on with, right? But when he says myth, he could just be talking about a story, like that y'all to really visualize what slavery was like. And they kind of listen that to be like slavery is exaggerated, right? The horrors of it are exaggerated. That's what people took from that. Also, he was talking about black people on the thing as far as like down in American black people and uplift or whatever, immigrant black people and all that type of shit. And people didn't like it because I didn't know that just Pearly Things' audience was built off black people. That's what people were saying. I didn't know that. As far as like her audience. Now I know she has a lot of black people on her show, but I didn't know that her audience was made up of a lot of black people. From what like media
I mean, she
tutorials
UK
were
based, so
saying,
I'm not sure either.
she do what?
She's UK based, so I'm not sure either what her main
I'm
audience
just going
is.
off what mediocre tutorials said, and I think O'Shea Duke Jackson, I don't know, whatever his name is. That's what they was kind of saying. Because a lot of black red pill people were kind of speaking out against her. So
After the
she's
slavery stuff.
You see how he fumbled hosting the live while your mic was out? Nah, he did a good job. Stop it. Anyways,
But that was pretty much it. It wasn't really nothing to do with the red
it just
pill
had to do
stuff.
with
It
having
was
Nick Fuentes on and not pushing back against him when he said certain things. And my thing with her was like, I made a video about it, but she was just like, racism has no place in society. And then she goes on to be like, I knew they said he was racist before I brought him on. My thing was like, you can save all that bullshit, right? Racism doesn't, because if you knew the guy was racist and you want to bring him on, you gotta know what you're doing. You gotta kind of know what you're getting yourself into when you bring people like this on. Like I said, I'm fine with people talking to people. I have no problem with like you bring them on the show, but you gotta know that if you can't kind of ping pong his ideas back at him and you just like sitting there kind of like, oh, head nodding, people gonna flame you. Like if he sat down with like the black people who are like very knowledgeable about history and this and that, who just kind of can be good with their words, like let's say, when I name these people, I don't know what y'all visceral reaction when I name these people. I'm just talking about when I hear these people speak, they sound like they know what the fuck they're talking about. Hotep Jesus, Rizza Islam, Tariq Nasheed, Dr. Umar, like the people who got that, like in 1937, the crack bill of this and this and that, like them people like that, they can sit down with him and I don't think they would get backlash because they're gonna adequately be able to push back with facts, statistics, and all that. But if you're a person who can't do none of that, you might as well hang it up and don't do it.
Yeah, it definitely seemed like she fucked up on that stint because I mean, what do you expect a white girl of her age to be a historian on black people problems? So only like I guess like grace I could give her is like, was she thinking he was gonna come on and speak about red pill stuff, or and he kind of got off the range and off the rails, and it just like
she said she initially brought him on because she saw that he was debanked and he was on a no-fly list or somewhere. So she said she was interested in that and why that happened. And then, once you get talking about a guy's story, then his true, feelings and nature is going to come out, especially when you're doing multiple shows with the person. And there was another one where him and this Italian chick was going back and forth, and she was like, the Italian people don't claim you, and he was like, they don't claim you. You date a black guy. And then then they said something about an Italian dish, and she said, I'm gonna cook my black boyfriend when I get home. And he was like, ugh. You just don't know any better, like about hard dating a black guy. So like little things like that. Even because I see people saying the thing like Italian people don't fuck with black people, and that could be true. But like I said, when you say those things out loud, people are gonna call you out on it, regardless if it's true or not. People are gonna say, "Oh, you're prejudiced," or "Oh, you're racist." So you gotta you can't be surprised when people do that. Like that's the thing with these white dudes when they say these things, they be acting like they surprised. Well, I'm telling the truth. That's okay. You can tell the truth, but motherfuckers still gonna have a visceral reaction when you say that. So don't act confused. And for just Pearly things, and my thing with her is too that I feel like it's kind of bullshit. It's one of those things like, oh, racism doesn't have a place in society and this and that. If you wouldn't have got no backlash, you wouldn't have took the videos down.
Mm-hmm.
So you didn't really care. You were sitting with him the whole time when he said those things. You didn't care really, unless, like I said, like she's really just oblivious, and people had to bring it to her attention of what he said that was wrong. Maybe she just didn't think those were wrong. She's like, oh, well, I just thought he was talking.
Yeah, and when I gave her grace, and then it goes into that, like you do all this research and other stuff. If you heard he was racist, I'm pretty sure you should have did the research and kind of like weighed the odds of why should you even put him on a platform. I get it, like oh he been deplatformed, he been debanked, but like if there's thoughts that he could be racist, I think you should at least do your research and whatever conclusion you come to. But if she would have did that research, she also would have been more prepared to have an argumented conversation. So it just seems that either she was just completely ignorant or she don't mind towing the line, because if you know he's racist and you don't do the research, that's careless. even though you know it could like, because then it's like, well, are you doing this because you know it could get bigger? Like, what is your motive then? Like it's a lot of questionable things for sure.
I think it's view driven. That's what I think. I think it's this is how it probably came about, right? So she probably has fans that also probably cross over to his fans. It's gonna happen when you're in that type of thing, in that type of community. There's gonna be crossover. Now, I don't think it's a majority, but
Yeah,
there's gonna be crossover. And those people are probably like, "Hey, just Pearly, Nick Fuentes, speak to him." And then when she goes and sit down with Destiny and Sneeko, and she gets into that world, and Sneeko's tied in with Nick Fuentes, he probably said, you should probably have Nick on your show. It would do really well. And then she kind of, that's how I think it went about. And it just so happened that, she got backlash from it. Now, I don't know if she's losing subscribers and people like that. I just know that the black creators, like Mediocre Tutorials, he said we had a dating show. We had a couple things coming up, but I told her I don't want, nothing to really to do with that at this moment.
We talked about it earlier. Is a person mistakes enough to get rid of them and whatever? It's like, yeah, it depends on the person, depends on the brand, and I can understand that as a black person. Want to
But my
stray
thing too,
away.
I wonder too though, do these things be convenient? Because those videos with Nick Fuentes has been out for a while. Now I don't know if they just start going viral and maybe like Mediocre Tutorials and whoever else, they don't watch Just Pro Things content. They probably only see it in clips. But they like she dropped it today and then they found out. It's like that shit's been out for a while. But I think somebody, it's like that thing when a motherfucker find a clip and they post on Twitter and that shit start going crazy. That was the clip about the slavery thing. That's what started pretty much started this whole uprising.
Yeah. One thing I will say is I don't know how tolerable or how tolerant we are to it, but a lot of white people toe the line with this stuff. We've seen Destiny say some things that was careless. I've seen Sneeko say some things that was careless about race. I've seen a lot of these white people even say the N word and be careless as far as what's the dude name that shaved his head with Andrew Tate.
Aiden.
Yeah, I've seen him be careless and reckless. So a lot
Salute,
of
Warrior, salute.
times I could see why people decide to distance themselves from this, because it's like it's a common trope to see that like you may profit, you may be cool with it, but then at the same time you don't mind towing the line with things that you know that would be like harmful or consider wrong or something that the people that you benefit off of wouldn't like. Even when we talk about Adam 22, we see it a lot in this social media thing with these new people being popularized. So I don't know. I feel like she could be it's just like all of them, or maybe not. But I don't know. It's weird because, like you said earlier, I guess I should address that. How convenient it is, because we see it's like Sneeko or Aiden could say these things and people still fuck with them. That's black, but it's like they young, they streamers, they don't give a fuck. Versus like Mediocre Tutorials, she's like he got to be the face of Red Pill, and one of those dudes, he got to take his platform a little more serious. So maybe that's what it is.
It's the type of audience you got. When you got a bunch of like 12, 13, 14-year-olds, it's like they were along for the ride. They don't really give a damn. They just talking shit. And like I said, when Sneeko got booted off, if you was to go to Sneeko's Rumble and watch it and look at his chat, it's like W Hitler, W this, W that, L Jews, like, so there's crossover between these like communities. So
yeah,
it's
but
like,
nobody will get mad for fucking with Sneeko, but that's just because it ain't came to affect anybody's brand yet. But like,
you know about other people messing with Sneeko.
like I don't think I don't know if Fresh and Fit, of course, but I don't know if Mediocre Tutorials have talked to Sneeko or anything like that. But yeah, it's a lot of black people that I feel, like a person like Sneeko or somebody else could get away with it just because it ain't blew up yet. But yeah, maybe it'll happen to him too, or not him, but
he's already been canceled. They kill him on the internet every day.
But I'm saying more like black people not fucking with him,
in
a sense like that. But I don't know, because.
But he played that mixed card. He mixed with like Asian and black and Mexican. He mixed with every damn thing, so he kind of play that role.
Yeah, and like you said, that shit on what you said, Bumble or some shit. Nobody really.
Rumble.
Yeah, Rumble. Nobody really see that shit. So it's like, yeah, what's the chances of that shit really going viral? Yeah. But
you just gotta be smart. Like that's all it is. Like I said, you could talk to whoever you want to talk to, but just be prepared when you bring them on. That's what I wouldn't talk to Nick Fuentes because not because
I would.
I ain't gonna lie. when niggas start naming out dates and times, if I ain't read up on that shit, I ain't trying to be the next nigga like just sitting there like with my fucking I don't know what's the phrase like hands on my like whatever like
Yeah.
oh you said this shit I don't know nothing about 1942 and the extra whatever the fuck word you about to use like I don't know. Like I said, but if I'm well versed in it, then yeah. But if I ain't well versed in it, I ain't gonna do it. Especially, but and I'm more talking about if I have a huge platform that I know like I got a lot to lose if I fumble this.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not a historian, but I know a good timeline of what happened to people and my people and this nation. Like I'm pretty decent, and even then, I feel like it's a lot of principles. If you understand the principles and you understand how society's been built and like how let's say how we even talk about where we rank on the totem pole of respect in society. If you know things like this and how that was built and red line, it's like you only can push that shit so far about knowing dates and shit. It's like yeah, I hear you, but what about this? What about this? What about that? It's
Like, let's talk about the real fucking
you know,
human experience of what's going on here.
Pearly things didn't even do that, so yeah, you can see why she got
She kind of
washed.
going
Like,
along with him. I think the Holocaust is kind of exaggerated. Yeah, because I saw something about slavery too. You think they just kind of use that to like for like all right, great, kinda, don't roll with them. It's like hey, kind of think before you start rolling with the nigga. They gonna
yeah,
flame you for it. So
yeah.
you know what the hell you talking about?
So it do come off as she's not necessarily a ally to black people or necessarily an ally. Yeah, she could have been useful or whatever, but it seems like she's just as stupid, white girl that don't really know about real culture outside of the little thing that she studied. And I mean, that's most white people when it comes to understanding minorities' plight. So it just she kind of seemed like she was like that. Hey, look at me, I'm a little different, but yeah, outside of this man and woman talk is some things that she clearly lacking
No
because
idea
it
about.
like how the fuck you playing into that? Like that's kind of like, especially understanding the platform and like you said, even if it ain't the main demographic is black people, people fuck with you. You got black people that's on your shows constantly. Like that's not the line you supposed to tell. Like
And then also
that's just ignorant, bro.
you already have those certain labels, and people already hate you. Like I said, what if people hate you? It don't take too much for them to start piling it on. Like they already call you a pick me, anti-feminist, whatever other word they call her misogynistic and whatever all these words,
Mm.
they throw around to people. You don't want to play with the race shit too. Now I got race and this. When I see her TikTok, like they just be in the comments killing her. I'm like, damn, sometimes I shouldn't be saying nothing crazy, but they just hate her. They just hate her.
So she had been like unsuccessful for a while, obviously like most streamers and people before they get big. And then she kind of found her lane with the red pill conversation. Do you feel that like she's just thirsty for the views and don't really care and to
I feel like
do
the Nick Fuentes.
anything?
I feel like the Nick Fuentes thing was for views. Maybe she really cares about this red pill thing, but
No, even that though, like I'm looking at flying low aspect. Like, would she even do that just for the views?
I mean, probably because it's something that's working, and then it blew up for her, and then she just bring people. And like I said, she's not saying nothing crazy. Like I always say, like people be praising her, but she's getting praised because she's a regular looking white chick, and she says things that men agree with, and people they flock to her. That's why she gained, like she said in her video. She said, "My goal was to get 100,000 subscribers this year, but she gained 1 million in 1 year because she's different. She's not like Fresh and Fit. She's not like Kevin Samuels. She's not like Entertain. She's a white woman doing her thing." And it's like we never. That's like abnormal. Like, what is this? I like this. I'm
Yeah.
gonna subscribe to this. So
And
she saw it work, and then she took off with it because before that she was doing shit with the angry reactions, nigga. Boy, you bugging? Nigga said she a fine ass white chick. Boy, you got your damn mind. That dude like some North Carolina ass white girl you'd want.
That's wild. Me and I was just wondering because you see that all the time where people they know they can get views, they know them hurting people's feelings will or just lead to them being more popularized and trending more. So I wonder if she was in that lane. And I know, like I said, Fresh and Fit do that. Kevin Samuels did that to a degree, but it also feel like they actually cared about the culture and it was a line they walked. I'm just not sure if she has a line. That's what I'm trying to figure out, I guess.
Yeah. She like that. So essentially, she's like the Adam 22 of the red pill community.
Yeah.
She come in and chameleon it and then figure it out later.
Yeah.
And when it start working, it's working.
I shouldn't do fresh and fit in there when I said there's a line. I mostly was talking about Samuels. It may be like a mediocre tutorial, but yeah.
And this is another thing, because I'm asking you, because y'all watch like these things a lot. I mean, I guess I watch them too, but I don't know like who's the hierarchy of it really. But even in her video, she said, "I didn't know I was like." I'm misquoting a little bit, but in the vein of like, I was the face of like, or I was a leader in the black manosphere. I'm like, people. She's like a leader in the black manosphere. Like, I was a white woman, a leader. Like, all right, man, this supposed to be manosphere, red pill. Y'all letting white women infiltrate. Y'all's like, damn.
I don't know if she's a leader, but yeah, people use her conversational points in her show for the talking points that they'll want to use, because you gotta think a lot of black dudes, if I'm being real, feel like a lot of black women model their behavior after white women or what they think white women act or whatever. Like, I'm not saying it's accurate.
I'm trying to envision what you're saying.
So
Black women
from
model
wigs
after white women
to wearing wigs, maybe even to the materialism and stuff like it goes deep. And like I said, I'm not saying I agree with it to 100% or whatever, but when you see a white woman speaking, they look at it like, hey, let me use her so these black women will be like, hey, oh shit, maybe these white women act like this, or maybe this how we should act. Like, people feel like they could use her as a talking point. Like, I don't know if I made 100% sense, but
I'm trying to hop on a plane with you. I'm trying to like,
I'm
like black people hate Pearly things, so I wouldn't even see.
I'm talking about before this like recent like hate train, like when she first kind of started popping. Maybe I was aloof then. Maybe I was just aloof, but I didn't know she was hated. Wow, because mediocre tutorial was on with her. When I'm talking about from the red pill community,
but you said women. That's what I'm saying. Because I'm talking about women, dudes. Yeah, but you said women.
No. I said dudes think that they could use her to influence other black women.
To influence black women. Oh,
yeah. Whether they were working or not is a whole
flawed. Oh, okay.
Yeah. Whether they're working or not is what I'm saying. Flawed. Like, that's a whole nother conversation. But they feel like, hey, essentially what I said earlier, let's use this woman because we think women model themselves out of white women, essentially. And like I said, it could be accurate to a degree, but obviously that's a whole nother conversation. But
Bryce rusted to his dictionary today trying to pull a TI.
What word I just used?
I don't even know what word you used. I'm trying to think. But yeah, that's pretty much the only thing from it. She brought Nick Fuentes. And I said this. I'm going to say what I said earlier. I said, if you got a huge platform like her, she has 1.37 million followers. If you ain't going to be able to really go back and forth and the conversation might go awry, you maybe, just for your own safety of your content and your platform, probably shouldn't bring on whoever it is. And also, I said, in the past couple months, look at everybody that has been attached to Nick Fuentes. Shit that went downhill. Sneeko was going crazy on the streams. He had a bunch of viewers. He was gaining hundreds of thousands of subscribers. Once he got on that Nick Fuentes train, that's when his ass derailed. He's still living life, whatever. He's on Rumble getting however many views. But as far as the mainstream YouTube, oh my God, Sneeko going crazy every day. Nick Fuentes came in the picture. Ban.
Sneeko's such a goofy nigga, bro.
Kanye West got with Nick Fuentes. Kanye West still streams, still go. I got to preface it because niggas he's still doing good, but I'm talking about as far as what we saw with Kanye. Shit started going crazy. Adam 22, even though this happened months later, fuck with Nick Fuentes. Months later, even though this is clearly a separate thing, even though it kind of rolls off the back of him having another white guy like that, Richard Spencer, on. So they tied Nick Fuentes and Richard Spencer together. No jumper derails. Just per other things, shit derailing. So maybe he ain't a nigga y'all want to be rocking with. And the only person, like I said, who hasn't derailed is Destiny, because Destiny, when he got him on, he's on his ass about his opinions, ideas. We're like, well, he combating a nigga. So we cool with him going to bat against him and thriving. So you just gotta be aware. Like, I get it. I have no problem with people talking to anybody. I do not care. People can talk to whoever they want to talk to. But just be prepared when you're talking to that person to what may come with that and how you should approach that conversation with that person. That's all I got to say. So, Trail sent me. See, this is the thing. Like, Trail be like saying like, "Oh, I don't like this topic," even though this topic is trending, and then he'll send me some shit like, Metro Boomin and JID have a collab album on the way. Like, bro, I don't like. I'll listen to it, but like, I really don't give a fuck about
Bro,
it.
I'm so not interested in music.
I'm gonna listen to it, but like, am I expecting that to be something crazy? Like, if you would have sent me Metro Boomin in 21 driving Savage Mode 3, I'd be like, bet, let's get it. But like, JID, he's great, but I'm not excited about that. That doesn't like.
Bro, I'm not excited about no music that came out. I seen Money Man dropped or something. I'm like, bro, I ain't heard no singles. I ain't heard. I'm just not invested.
Bro, I tell Ward this. He said nobody drops in the first month, but you at least hear some type of chatter. We're about to be in April, and I know it says every fucking podcast. We're about to be in April. We're about to be 4 months into the year, and we can kind of go into this topic because you asked the question, and I'll say it like I said every week on the podcast. The MVP of 2023 so far is Ice Spice. I gotta say it again.
Oh my god,
she the MVP so far. She has the most notoriety. She's been talked about the most. Her shit be trending. That's all I can say. You can't name me no other nigga. Now I said there's probably better music than Ice Spice. Not saying she has the best music out, but as far as the most hype and attention and all that type of shit surrounding music and looks, obviously looks play a role. It'd be her.
Look what rap has fallen. Look what rap has fallen.
Bro, nobody's talking about Young Nudie. That's what you're not getting. I said Young Nudie may have better music than Ice Spice. Maybe sounds better.
The fact that you right pisses me off.
Nobody's talking about Young Nudie. Nobody.
It was just like Gorilla last year. Like
we don't do Glorilla like that. Glorilla, I like Glorilla shit.
But I'm saying like people talked about her the whole year, and it's like it's not Ice Spice don't have the same buzz as Gorilla had, but she's the most trending artist when it comes to hip hop right now, and it's fucking disgusting.
Why is it disgusting, man? That sound catchy. The
bro,
boy's a liar. The boy's a liar. But am I saying pop music, bro? Think about shit that I did. Like Gumbo, like I'm looking at it right now because he's talking about Young Nudie. I just want to kind of dispel what he's saying. You're saying Young Nudie, maybe musically wise, maybe. I'm just talking about everything that encapsulates an MVP type performance of the year. I don't think his shit hit Billboard 200. For your album not to hit Billboard 200, like there's 200 albums, and a lot of them albums be old ass albums that be on there. If your shit can't crack the Billboard 200, then your shit you can't be MVP. Nigga. You can't. That's like running into a game and scoring like 3 points and be like, oh, that nigga's MVP. Like I said, maybe when talking to musically, I still don't think he's musically the MVP either. But you asked the question, the thing you said, why is Ice Spice so relevant? It's her look. I don't know if it's paid promotion for these blogs to continue to post her over and over and over again. I don't know. And her songs go crazy with the kids on TikTok and all that type of shit. That's why.
I'm talking about like rap,
because she's the one who got the hype. And who else is dropping shit that got the hype?
It's sad, bro. It's sad.
Who like Lil Baby ain't dropping shit yet. Lil Durk, I think Lil Durk said maybe he's coming. Pause. Like y'all don't fuck with Meek, so I don't even throw Meek. But Meek, Big Sean, Drake. I mean Drake just dropped, but Kendrick just dropped last year. But like people, I'm trying to think of names. Like who's exciting for you to drop? Like NBA YoungBoy's about to drop a record with Nicki on April 7th. Like I'm interested to hear what that sounds like. But none of the core people
I'm so disappointed in rap.
So you got Ice Spice, who's young and new and
like trash.
They like her. I wouldn't say trash.
No, she's fucking trash, bro.
I would say trash.
She's fucking trash, bro.
So maybe TikTok algorithm got that shit in my head, but
I give you being catchy, but bro, it's still trash, bro.
No, I'm saying it's catchy. And like I said, in the young guys who are making music, as far as like maybe Bronx drill or whatever like that, to me, they shit ain't really catchy like that. And all that murder shit. I feel like people are kind of past, like they're kind of over that type shit.
What's the dude with that song Panda?
Designer.
Trash, but he made a hit. It's cool. You can make a hit and still be trash. Like I'm not. Two things can coexist.
Inside your heart, is there any room for me? I won't have to hold my breath till you get down on my knees.
The biggest record of the year.
Look
at like your Ice Spice. Where Ice Spice is?
Like, but he don't miss one of me. He making fun of me. His girl is a bum. Like that boy is a cat. Say he like, but he blowing up that. Think about me because he know that's
that shit is trash, but it's catchy, so she gonna win. That record's number 5. That record's number 5 on the Billboard. I feel like it's been up in the top 10 for a while now. If you look at the Billboard top 10 right now, let me pull it up for you. Billboard Hot 100. I was looking at this today. I think Academics posted it. And I was looking like, okay, what rappers are in the top 10 right now? Like, who is it? Right. So number one is Miley with this song called Flowers. That should be number one for a while. And then we got Morgan Wallen, country singer, SZA with Kill Bill. Oh, see, I like that song. I feel like y'all shitted on that song initially. The Metro Boomin, The Weeknd, and 21 Savage, that creeping shit. Cause I don't know if maybe y'all didn't like the sampling or something like that.
I was about to say, play it a little bit. You want to play a little bit? Because I don't remember. It's been so long.
I love that song. I love that record. Let me see, creeping. But once again, this is over. This came out last year, but still.
Thank you, Novice. I remember that.
So that's number 4. Then The Weeknd, Die For You is, and that should be on the charts for 34 weeks. That's an old song. And then number 6 is Boys a Liar with the Pink Panthers and Ice Spice, one I just played. Taylor Swift, Calm Down. Players with Coi Leray is number 9. So the girls is Player 2. Girls all around the world. And then after that, the next rapper that you see on this list would be Uzi with Just Wanna Rock, right? And
male rappers is just trash right now.
And then after that, you got Drake, 21 Savage with Rich Flex at 27. And Rich Flex to me isn't even the best song on. It may be the most radio friendly, maybe, but it's not even the best song to me on that record. So for rap to be down like that, like you would think rap should be all up in this shit. But
you know, I was just thinking, talking shit in my mind, like what happened to niggas wanting to be number one in hip hop, the number one rapper in the game. And what came to my mind is it became let's try to get a hit too much, bro. Like we always been about hits, but it seems like let's reach for a hit no matter what it takes at this point. And it feel like that has like killed the buzz and vibe of hip hop, bro. It just because it's like, bro, how is there no motherfucking male rappers like putting this shit to like just trash, like what? Like you putting this shit out.
It feel like in a time like this, somebody could really like come in and like take over and go like dominate like crazy. But for some reason, I feel like nobody's really putting their foot on the, like you said, nobody's trying to be the greatest.
He's getting watched by Coi Leray and fucking Ice Spice. Like, what are we doing? What are we doing?
I just tell what I say. Besides creeping, and I feel like I ain't gonna lie to you, the creeping song, I'm gonna credit that more with The Weeknd than 21 Savage. So that's probably, I'll say that's more of an R&B type vibe of it being up there. Like I said, the Billboard Hot 100. I just named you the rappers that are on that list. It is number 6, Ice Spice and Pink Panthers. Coi Leray is at number 9. The next rapper is Uzi at 19. And then after that, at 27 is Drake and 21 Savage. So in the top 30,
I was about to say that.
In the top 30, there's only 4 quote-unquote rappers, and 2 of them, well, you like Coi Leray. The top one is someone Bryce says is trash.
She shouldn't be dominating the hip-hop, though.
That's overall. That's top overall genres.
That's
but
what I'm saying.
The fact there's only 4 rap artists in the top 30 right now just go to show that people ain't putting shit out. No one's putting out music.
Tyler Creator just dropped something, but yeah.
Hey, The Novelist, I've been saying that. I've been saying that since last year. No one wants to rap. Media is the new rapper. Podcast is the new rapper. Streamers is the new rappers. Y'all are underground media rappers right now. That's a good. I agree with that. I agree that's the way now. I saw Lotto, right? Lotto's a big name though, but I saw Lotto. She has a radio show now at Apple Music. I'm like, why is she doing radio? It's just there's so many other things for these people to do. It's like they kind of feel like, I guess, why rap? And also, I feel like when you build up a certain type of catalog, when you got these festivals out here going crazy with the market, when Roddy Ricch is getting paid $500,000, I'm not saying it's not worth it, but when you're getting paid $500,000 to do a festival, and you got a catalog that you know every time you come out, you're gonna play the box, you're gonna play this. Why try? Because y'all gonna come out regardless. Just me. Y'all don't really care about putting new music out. Y'all want to hear Lil Baby can always go to a festival and do freestyle. Can do what's the song he did with 42 Doug? That whatever. I don't even know I can't think on top of my head. We paid. You can do that record. Like get you a little 30-minute set. That is 30 minutes of hits. That's all you need, and you good to go. So why try? These guys are getting paid buku money. They go to Dubai, get $2 million. Like, what's the point of these young people? What's the point of them trying?
I need me a Victor Wembanyama.
Oh, you need you a prospect.
I need an up and coming hitter. And honestly, like maybe because I know people shitting on last year hip hop, and maybe I think last year was such a good to honestly great year in hip hop that it may be a down year because at this point her loss is going to take the year for me as being the best album of this year, and that dropped last year. And I'm being funny, but when you talk about a lot of people that dropped last year that was good, maybe it's just unless some young dudes come up, it's not gonna be any of those stars.
Yeah, like this. So for the last week of March, the confirmed drops are Conway the Machine's dropping, Chloe Bailey's dropping, right? Larry June and Alchemist are dropping, Lucky is dropping, Cash Kid, Rick Wilson, don't know who that is, and Be Cool Aid. That's confirmed. That's dropping so far for the end of March. And if I go through if I go through the first, and so far for April, they say Offset is to be announced. It's April 11th for Offset. So maybe Offset can, I feel like that'd be smart of them. Like people want to hear what the former Migos got to say. So if Offset can put together a good album, get it like 1 or 2 hit records, he could go crazy. Like this is the time for him to go crazy.
What are the odds
The
of
waters
that?
are calm. There's nobody making waves. Offset should take advantage of that, go crazy. And they said Daniel Caesar's dropping, but that's R&B. So,
Bro, what I'm just thinking at the disappointment of hip hop at the moment. What else I think is a problem with why music is just falling is because there's no originality when it comes to like the creativity in these these personas. Like I give it to Kodak, I give it to Uzi to a degree, but a lot of these people are just replicas of rappers that was greater than them. And a lot of my disappointment comes from like the J. Cole, like people that try to be like him, because it's like y'all niggas not even dropping good hits and things like that. But a lot of these people try to clone Drake or try to clone the Waynes, try to clone these artists that I pretty much feel like crashed hip hop the last few eras or last generation. And when you try to get these replicas of it, they only have so much they can give. And I don't know if I'm just looking too deep into it, but I think it's something there, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you because you get the singing and you get the singing and rapping type, but you're not gonna do it better than Drake. You get the deep artsy niggas, but you're not gonna do it better than Cole or Kendrick. It's just like at some point, it's like the ingenuity that needs to come about to create a buzz. It's possible because we're seeing it through TikTok, but it got to be more organic, like more forms of rap, because that shit just like more hit based and like catchy. It's not really formed around like rap and stuff like that. So I feel like somebody got to find, if it's going to be somebody that's going to do it different, it's going to have to be like Steph Curry or AI to the league. It's like, oh, this nigga's changing the game. Just similar to how Kanye did, similar to how 50 Cent did, similar to Wayne, similar to how Drake did.
I just don't
when they
think
came into the game.
I don't think that's the model anymore. It's just like,
it's not the model because I feel like these industries like, hey man, try to be like Drake, try to be like Cole. Instead of these people like, man, nah, I'm gonna be who I want to be. And you see Uzi is a good example. You see Kodak is kind of a good example of that. It's like we're not gonna fit into y'all boxes. Then you get these other dudes, it's just like they're not working out because they too in other people's lane. And these people already and did it pretty good and they still relevant now. So it's like you really don't have a shot, kid. Like pat them on the back and just, hey, you're a good B team or you're a good semi-pro or what the fuck G League, but you're not in the big leagues, bro. And I feel like that's what it is. And it's gonna take these rappers having maybe some type of introspection before something big pop off or another artist big pop off. I really feel that way, bro.
The novelist said Jack Harlow died quick. That was a 100 industry push. A Super Bowl commercial didn't make him relevant. I was saying, like, I ain't gonna lie. if Jack Harlow, if he like comes out again and he's like, I'm about to start dropping music, if he can't produce a hit, I don't think nobody's gonna give a fuck about his album.
100%. And he did not capitalize on his moment. Like
he should have been right. Like he should have been riding that moment I feel like he kind of like got quiet, like through maybe because he went off to do that movie shit, but I feel like he got quiet through the summer and then the fall and then like because those records were still big. That whether you like the record or not, that was still a big. What's it called? I don't even remember what it's called.
Church is Down or the one with Fergie.
Church is Down crazy, but the one that was like poppy, like
the Fergie one,
Fergie shit. Yeah, like those are still big records.
But yeah, his problem was after that Fergie shit dropped, he should have 3 months after that at minimum, he should have been coming out with at least his next attempt at a hit. Like we talking about niggas that's potentially supposed to be taking the throne or niggas that's supposed to be up and coming. Like, bro, you gotta have something else took. Like, at least still be dropping music. Like, they ain't even drop shit. Like, even if it ain't just a great hit, you still should be dropping something to get people knowing that you serious about this. And it don't seem like none of these dudes are serious. They drop an album, and like you said, I can lay on my laurels for 3 years and just go to festivals. Seem like
that's what.
Or your young boy.
Yeah, you just drop a million records and you got hella fans. But like that's the thing. That's the thing too. Is like nothing feels like it's impactful anymore. Like Flying Low says Conway's fire. Like he probably is fire, but it's not impactful. Like nothing feels like a moment. Nothing's like, oh my God. Like that's why I kind of like when Metro dropped, just because it felt like he was trying to build up a moment. Like with the little commercial he did with not Samuel L. Jackson, Morgan Freeman, and like I felt like he cared about the rollout. Like it felt like a moment was about to happen. Even like 21 Savage and Drake, like obviously they don't need to do nothing because they're 21 Savage and Drake, but doing all that Vogue shoot shit, fake Howard Stern interview, like they're doing things to to build up around to make a moment out of something. Like everybody don't make moment. Like NBA YoungBoy, he just drop shit. And y'all love it, y'all stream it, y'all go crazy, but don't feel like there's nothing to that. When Conway drops, like he may be super talented, lyrically going crazy, but is it gonna make a big impact? No. Because I just see Benny the Butcher, he said he's a part of Griselda with Conway. He was like, a lot of these artists need to be glad that Griselda was here to make the career. I'm like, bro, like y'all really made niggas career. Like y'all are a part of hip hop. Like y'all are like Benny Butcher's talented, but like slow your roll. Like you're not that fucking like you're not Lil Baby, you're not Lil Durk. Like you may be, let's say more lyrically, you're more talented than. But like I said, the overall everything tied into it with like the media aspect of it and the whatever you need to be a superstar. They not that, right? So Trail says DJ Drama dropping Friday. I'll listen to it, but is it gonna be crazy? Hope like excited about a DJ Drama? Unless he like, I'm only excited about a DJ. Like I ain't gonna lie, I can't get this damn mucus on my throat. If DJ Drama was to do a gang, like that's what I think J. Cole should do. J. Cole should do like Tyler the Creator did and do like a Gangsta Grills album with DJ Drama. I think that'd be great. Because
I've been saying that with J. Cole.
That was great. If DJ Drama did a Gangsta Grills with Kendrick, with Meek, with Drake, like with 21, like you gotta do it with somebody who's relevant. If it's just like DJ Drama's dropping an album, you're not DJ Khaled. I'm sorry. Like, you might be able to do something maybe, but like as far as the hype around it, I don't think it's gonna be there. Sounds good so far. Also, his promotion has been fire. I've seen him do interviews, but I don't know about his promotion. Sounds good. What did he drop? I don't even know if DJ Drama dropped any records. Old heads care about Griselda, Ransom, Baldy James, and also what's his name? 38 Special. But yeah, we gotta have the same conversation about music. I feel like it's
getting more daunting now. I feel like
it's so easy for people to come in and kill a game. It's like just nobody wants to pull the trigger for some reason. I agree with Bryce. These new guys aren't like the people we appreciate, although that's the label's problem, not the artist. But I feel like the artists are lazy too, though. I get it. Like, you got to put promotion, but at the end of the day, Kendrick put out good music. J. Cole put out good music. Drake put out good music.
Great videos, too.
Putting out good music. Meek Mill was putting out good music. Like, Big Sean was putting out good music. Like, they was putting out good music. That's why they're able to do, maybe not Wale, but do versus battles and shit like that, because they was putting out records. These guys ain't putting out no records.
They used to have great videos. They'll do interviews. They'll do so much shit. So you could clearly see these dudes don't know the formula to being big, man. And it's either they lazy and they don't drop it all, or they drop too much and it's just like shit. 20 album songs, like and it's mediocre. So it's just like it's no in the middle.
I think that money plays a big role in this. I'm not gonna lie. I think that easy money, like Why go stupid when, like I said, we getting these big ass checks? Like, why even? What's the point? Because like you like honestly, a lot of these rappers now, do you really think they like? I don't think a lot of these rappers now they love music. Like when I watch Tyler the Creator, go watch Tyler the Creator documentary on YouTube where he makes like Cherry Bomb. You can tell he loves music, right? Drake loves music. Kendrick loves music. J. Cole, they love music. Like Kanye is a perfect example. When you hear Kanye talk about music, he talk about like it's like science or something. Like they love music. These guys is rapping now.
It's a bunch of little
It's a lick.
yachties.
It's money. So of course they're not gonna, care about it too much because once they start getting money, why they care?
Lil Yachty, he said it. I didn't expect to blow up. Lil Baby, he wasn't doing this shit before. He decided to do it and he blew it. So it makes sense. Like these dudes wasn't in love with the craft. It just kind of fell upon them and they just so happen to be very talented at them and salute to them. But it shows when it comes to longevity.
And then the people that do love it, let's say, I would say Cordae loves it, but let's be honest, Cordae doesn't have the it factor to be like, and he's always going to be pitched into like the J. Cole son category. And like you said, he's never going to be greater than J. Cole. He don't make the hits. He don't have the look. So it's like, that's not detriment to him. I'm sure he loves music, but that also plays a part in the superstardom effect that you get. So
yeah,
he's going to have to sit over there.
Yeah,
like there's people that love music that are of these new class, but like you said, they're not them.
And they once again, I'm just thinking, bro, they all have the same look. Like right now, everybody just the gangster kind of dude. Back in the day, for us, we had Kendrick and J. Cole was similar, but they had different vibes on how they approached it, even a style. Like obviously,
like Kendrick was like from like Compton, right, West Coast,
hood,
still conscious,
but intellectual,
still make good music. Cole was like North Carolina, like it's college
grimy,
kid,
but school
like
related,
college kid,
like
but they were able to coexist. And then you got Drake, who's obviously different than both of them.
Flashy, hood guy, all that different stuff, and then
women, relatable shit, all that, like great.
Yeah, Kanye had his own vibe. It's just
Kanye's
these
just
dudes,
pretty much. Kanye's just like,
but these dudes all act and look the same. It's druggy, I'm gangster vibes. Like, even though it could have been similar to a degree, we got different vibes from our rappers back in the day. And even we can go back further than that. You get different vibes. Like, even look at MMG. You get a Rick Ross. Like, yeah, he talks about the hood stuff. He'll talk about the drugs and stuff.
From a boss persona of that.
And then
it's
you
not
get
like
to
a
meet
worker. It's like a boss. And you got Meek Mill, who's like the grimy, like I'm from the gutter, I'm da-da-da. And then you got the Wale, who's like, poetic and like you got the different layers. Like
they ain't try to be just like Rick Ross.
It feel like now I could just pick up a motherfucker and just like, okay, yeah, okay, you're in the street persona, we got it. Okay, you over here, and then they got the new people who all want to sound like Playboy Cardi and all that shit's just trash. Like he was able to get to the level he's at doing what he does, right? I don't really like his music. He got a couple songs I like, but overall, his catalog ain't for me. But like I said, if they got this guy who, and this is my personal opinion, is not like the greatest, he's got the fanfare though. Like you said, y'all aren't better than him. So like, how are y'all gonna reach that level of him? Y'all can't do it. So you got to try to be a little bit different, right? And I'm not, like I said, I'm not into that music scene, but when you see a guy like Yeet, who's very popular, but he sounds different than Cardi. So it's like he's trying to make his own lane, but still in that Cardi lane. How far can he go? He got to make hit records. Like you got to make hit records. Now we're older, so maybe to these kids, they're making hit records. Maybe, I don't know. But even when we were younger, and adults, we know what a hit record is. A hit record will transcend all ages.
A 4-year-old, I was 4 years old singing "Stop, Drop," and then you got 40-year-olds, 20-year-olds, everybody of all generations.
A hit record will transcend all pretty much age groups, essentially. So for these new rappers, we have the conversation all the time. I don't know really what they can do. I don't know what they can do.
Big question mark.
I think it's money. Like I keep saying, festivals giving out big bags. That's why none of them go on tour, because if they did go on tour, they probably wouldn't sell crazy. So we're not going to embarrass ourselves that way. I'm not going to go be this artist while I'm bigger than life, but then I can only do like 400, 500 venues. I'm not going to do that. So Even though 500, you think like 500, that's a good number, but they're not gonna do that. They're gonna wait for the festivals. They're gonna run up them bags, Lollapalooza, Rolling Loud, Coachella, this, that, do all that, and then chill.
I just want to salute to the artists that came before these generations that we dealing with now, because I'm even thinking about Wiz Khalifa, bro. Like, these niggas created the lane where I'm the nigga that smoke. Yeah, Snoop was there, but he came and carved it out for himself in his own lane and became.
It was more like Snoop was like, Crip gangsta when he first came out.
Yep.
And Wiz is more like,
cool, laid
Wiz
back.
Maybe I feel like I've heard him say some gang affiliated shit, but it's like skater, like that type of imagery, and like it's a different thing. It's a different type of image.
Kid Cudi or what's the name? He wasn't as big, but what's the other dude? Kick Push. What's the Kick Push dude?
Lupe.
They was a part of that rap skate culture, and they created it. Just rappers before us knew how to create a character and cultivate a fan base and be hits.
I think the thing is too is it wasn't as oversaturated, so he was able. Labels had to pick and choose. Now anybody can be a rapper, like they say anybody can be a podcast. Like you can buy a thing, buy a mic, talk, put it out. With music, you can just hit a button. Like I saw that they got ads on YouTube right now where it's like, here I'm selling 2,000 loop melody pack, 2,000. You just got to click on it and it give you a nice little loop. Maybe add a couple drums to it. You got a beat, get your mic, do a little sound like bibbing and simming the A. Poop. Yeah, I roll in the A. And then just, throw that out there and you good. You going crazy. You viral. So you don't got to, the barrier of entry is easier now. You got Instagram, you got social media, you got this. It's so many people. And a lot of these people aren't good, but they make it because people, for some reason, gravitate to them.
But I don't think that's an excuse for the people at the top and the people that really like good in their craft. Like, I don't think it is. Like, I get it. Like, yeah, it's a lot of more shit we may have to filter through before we had to do it, even in the 2010s. But I still don't feel like that's an excuse for the little babies and things like that. It's just not.
But also, you may want, you can attribute it to the artist, but you also, to me, you got to attribute it to the fans. These fans now, everything is fast, microwave, TikTok, even like with video shit. Niggas, like, if you want to do long form content, the best thing for that, in my opinion, is to do it live because people feel they're here with you, they're interactive. But if you just upload and shit, unless you got a dedicated fan base already, shorts, TikTok, like that's the new, like, push it out fast, more, just keep it going and keep moving. Hopefully you get that big TikTok following and it can transfer over to your long form type of content.
Only reason I'm gonna disagree with you is because that only applies to when you don't make a moment. When you make yourself a moment, that music is talked about for a minute and it lasts. Even for, like you said, the Ice Spice and Gorilla. Right now, she dropped, let's say Ice Spice dropped what, like 6 months ago? Like she dropped last
January.
year. But
she dropped the EP January.
But she her big song.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Dropped like last year, and she still got a moment because she still talked about because she made a moment, and it's just not here today, going tomorrow. And she ain't just dropped a bunch of music or nothing like this. She got like 3 songs, like.
But
so
the thing with her
like,
is every song went like semi-viral. Like she dropped that, then she dropped the Bikini Bottom shit, and that was kind of like quirky. Like, what's this SpongeBob ass shit? Regardless if you liked it or not, it made noise. Then she dropped it. I'm in my mood or whatever the fuck, that went crazy. And then now she got the Pink Panther shit, which is that I just said that's number 6 overall all genres. So she just kept on, like you said, Jack Harlow, just keep dropping music.
Her shit went viral consistently because she made a moment in the beginning and she created that space and she kept it going to even doing stuff on like social media and stuff for her era. And I'm not a fan. I just said she was trash. She made a moment and she lasted. So I feel like the biggest problem with these artists and why music is like just going today, because it's like, hey, here's my shit, it dropped, and it's like some people gonna hear, some people gonna get word of mouth, but most people not. So over time, it's just that shit just get pushed to the curve because it's so many people just like, hey, I'm dropping, here's this. There's no singles, there's no music videos, that's whatever. And I think that's a big problem. And I would even say how much I shit on YoungBoy. A reason why he's so relevant, the nigga constantly dropping music videos. He's constantly being seen. So it's a reason why some of the trash people that I don't like is relevant. And it's like, if some of these people that we think should be taking reigns, if they just kind of follow what Ice Spice and YoungBoy did, you got the keys, bro. Make a moment and just be consistent and do the things that keep a fan base. Drop music, have day-to-days. And Ice Spice, she go on stream, she do all that type of shit.
That'd be the smartest. You right about that too, because like people should be doing like what the novelist said. I don't think everybody should create podcasts and shit like that. All rappers should do that, but you should be creating content. Like who wouldn't want to watch?
Day and age.
Who wouldn't want to watch a day in the life of Lil Baby? Right? Who wouldn't want to watch that?
That's why Wiz is so huge.
But we used to watch them day to days religiously. We was like, boy, this nigga living a life. This shit crazy. Like, who wouldn't want to watch? And they ain't got to be corny. Like, Lil Baby ain't got to be like, what's that? Y'all welcome to my YouTube channel? Like, he can have people film for him and shit like that. It ain't got to be like him.
Good editing.
Like, that'd be dope because you playing both things, and that's gonna garner you a certain level of fan base. Like, think about when Lil Baby dropped his documentary. People was like, damn, this documentary is crazy, right before he dropped his album. But just imagine, like,
Kanye documentary. How that had a big buzz.
When I see Lil Baby, when he's at like ice boxes like that at the jewelry store, because they do like their little like vlog type shit where people come in and buy jewelry. Like you're like, oh shit, he look like he's a likable guy, he a normal guy that make you like them more as a person. And I think with that, he could probably break out of whatever perception people got about him right now musically. But you know, stuff like that can work for you too.
Yeah,
because y'all live interesting lives. Like people want to see what y'all got going on.
Yeah,
you gotta give you. I wouldn't. I think that'd be live. I ain't gonna lie. I like day in the life shit. I watch day in life. I watch day in the life of nigga who own construction companies. I watch the day in life of everybody. I like to see what niggas doing. So I think if they did that, it would do good for them as well.
It do numbers, and you just like you said earlier, we at an all-time high where so many people can pop and be accessible. Like I said, there's no excuse for these same artists. You got these same opportunities, and you already have a big brand. Why are you not capitalizing on it? Why are you not capitalizing on it? And your rap career is going to succeed with it, because the only thing about Blueface and the Krishan shit is because he left focus, and obviously that's just some detrimental shit. But let's think about if he had that same type of exposure and having a day-to-day and things like that. Just Blueface being wild, but not that fucking wild. And he also dropping music. That's going to create a buzz to be like, hey, Blueface is relevant. Hey, Blueface is dropping. Like, that's your own brand and your own marketing, bro. It's many dudes on TikTok. Like, it's a dude, like you said, you watch all the time. Like, I watch Ben Mala. It's a dude that just do TikToks that do jewelry and shit like that. They may do YouTubes or whatever. And they assess shit, then break it down and sell it and all this different shit. I watch that shit all the time. It's like, this nigga not a music dude, but the fact that he's showing his day-to-day life is just cool, bro. And you niggas already have
I watch that shit all the time.
Bigger brands than them.
Yeah, these people that wait, like Ben Mala, who the fuck was Ben Mala? Like, I mean, he's a multi-millionaire. But when you put that, when you see a nigga say buying a $20 million apartment, you gonna click that video. Like, oh, what the fuck you doing? So if Lil Baby say, I don't know, like I'm just trying to, I don't know, like
going to the dealership,
rolling loud behind the scenes or some shit, whatever. People gonna watch that shit. So you got to pair the content with the music in this day and age. And like we said, this year's been kind of ass. Nobody's taking the crown. Nobody's really going for it, it feels like. I don't know what they're waiting for. Maybe they just ain't got nothing geared up. Who knows? I get it. They dropped music last year. Lil Baby dropped last year. Lil Durk dropped last year. But some of the greatest artists of all time drop every year. I saw a thing that Jay-Z dropped from 1996 to 2003 every single year. DMX dropped 2 albums in 1 year. Future, even a couple years ago, dropped 2 albums in back-to-back weeks.
Yeah.
He dropped Future. I don't know the order, but he dropped Future and then Hendrix, or Hendrix and Future. Like,
and
then he dropped, and I believe he dropped the album the next year.
And with Drake, when he was doing every other year, he was still on every song. Like, you still heard him constantly. So like, yeah, he wasn't as quick with the albums, but he was always in the airways. And you got to figure out some type of formula or some type of method to be able to be relevant and still be able to drop good albums. But even then, it's like, when the last time some of these young niggas dropped a good, concise, great album? And when they drop good albums, we talking about great, like
certified classic. Like, what's the last classic album? And we can ask the chat. Y'all can let us know. What's the last classic album that you heard
in the modern generation?
This is classic.
From the modern generation.
Yeah, not from Drake, not from Kendrick, not from Cole. Like, from The new guys. What's the last album you be like? That was a classic from X, Y, and Z.
On the comparable ranks of to not to Pimp a Butterfly, but Good Kid or whatever Kanye dropped that was a fucking classic. Like
My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy.
yeah.
Those are kind of like, that may be putting it kind of. Those are like.
But then you got to think these was in these dudes' primes. These was in
Yeah,
these dudes'
you're
early
right,
career.
but
Like what are we
it's hard to
like?
compare to them hoes. That's
But we talking about classics. It's like these niggas ain't got it. These niggas ain't got it, bro.
yeah. The game needs Jay-Z to drop. That's what he does. He leads the way.
Thank Me Later. I mean, Thank Me Later is a classic album to me, but Take Care is undoubtedly a classic, and that was his second album. Like these dudes be 8 projects in. No, they don't have many albums, but these need to be 8, 9 projects in. It's like classics. I don't know about that one.
You got way too many decents. Way too many. That's all right. But I got to think too. Streaming era. This is my last point on this. Streaming era. Motherfuckers think they got to put 22 songs on shit. And the thing is, a lot of these guys, they'll have like 7, like out of the 22 songs, you're like, I like these 7 records a lot. If you just do like 12 records, you'll be all right. Just do 12. And I get it. Stream. This thing too. Like they say that, streaming era, put a bunch of music on your shit for the streaming. But it's like, if you do all that and people don't listen to your shit a month from now, why does that matter? If you get a good 12 and be like, bro, this 12 is amazing. Don't you think in the long run people will listen to that more? Like, I looked at the Billboard 200. Good Kid, Mad City is still like top 20. And that shit came out, what, 2013? When that come out?
Say it again. What album?
Good Kid, Mad City.
2013.
2013. Good Kid, Mad City is, maybe went down. Okay, it's number 35 right now on Billboard 200. It's been on the list for 543 weeks. Shit, even Eminem, he got curtain calls. That shit been on there for 624 weeks.
It's Drake fault, honestly.
Drake, Certified Lover Boy, number 28. That shit came out almost 2 years ago.
It's Drake fault and it's somebody else. But when Drake start dropping playlists, all these other artists start, hey, that's the formula. And Drake could drop a playlist, get big numbers, and not affect his fan base and his first week sales and all this. All these other artists start thinking this, or maybe the industry start pushing this, like, hey, do this because this is gonna affect streaming numbers. You have more songs, bro. It don't help your longevity. Like, yeah, certain artists can do that playlist shit, but even like a Chris Brown, nigga dropped like 60 fucking songs one time. It's like it flopped essentially, bro. Because you gotta be selective.
I'm looking at this list, and I'm thinking maybe like even too sometimes like when you look at these lists, especially older albums, media maybe be lying to us about certain people, like in perspectives and perceptions. Because like people was shitting on Lil Baby, right? But out of every rapper that dropped last year around the same time as him, ain't none of them still in the top 30. His album, It's Only Me, that he dropped, everybody's like, oh, this is trash. Lil Baby's over with. He's there. It's still number 17.
That's good.
And it's like no other rapper is higher than him except for Drake and 21 Savage, Metro Boomin, and that's it. And the next one after that is Lil Baby.
And those all technically came out after him.
And think about that. It's Only Me is number 17. My Turn, which is his other album that is a great album, that came out, that's been on the charts for 160 weeks, is number 21. So say what y'all want about Lil Baby. Obviously, people still listen to his music.
Tyler Oldhead.
Tyler who?
Creator. He said Tyler I want to know
about. Tyler. The album that I would say is a classic for Tyler. And this is me. I would say that one with the fucking with the bees on it. I don't know. I ain't gonna lie. That's an album that made me really appreciate Tyler. I used to talk shit about Tyler Creator. Our friend Javon loved him. I used to be like, this shit's trash. Why you? But that Bumblebee album, just musically, and then like I said, even like I watched the content around it. Maybe I watched content for something else, but just watching the content around it made me appreciate him more. That album, I would say. The last album was good too, though. I ain't gonna lie. The last album was good, but I wouldn't say classic. Maybe that's a little.
Tyler Creator, another good example of creating a code of character, or even just thinking about how he created his TV show. Like, it's a big reason why he's relevant as fuck.
Bro, if you were to look at this list, this top 200 shit, you would be so disappointed in hip hop. Like all these people like to act are so great. You'd be like, bro, where they at? I gotta do this real quick. I gotta show this at least. I'll show it so I don't gotta really just talk about it. Yeah. Let me share my screen real quick. Cause like it's only our generation's people that's still on this list. Like no young people besides Lil Baby are still like prominent on this list. So we're gonna show this real quick. Let me get the chat off the screen real quick. So like I said, if you go up here, this is top albums. Morgan Wallen, we get it. He's crazy. Country superstar, got it. SZA's album, amazing. So when you get to rap, right? You got Metro Boomin, Heroes, whatever. It's been the week for 16 weeks. Her Loss for 20 weeks. You go down. What's the next rapper? Where's the next rapper at? Lil Baby, 23 weeks. He's in number 17. Then you got Lil Baby again. My Turn, 160 weeks. Where's the next rapper? ESTG. Let's keep it a buck. ESTG is his first week out. That shit's about to fall off the map. Let's keep it a buck. I like that album, but I know it's gonna fall off the map. Anyways, Drake, Certified Lover Boy. Future, I Never Liked You. Where we at? Eminem, Curtain Call. Then we got Kendrick, old ass album, old as fuck. Damn. Hollywood's Bleeding by Post. Y'all don't fuck with Post Malone, but I do. But that was a great album. Then we got Juice WRLD. 253 weeks ago that shit came out. Drake, Take Care. Drake, Scorpion. Like I said, whatever y'all niggas like to say about Drake, like come on. Drake, Scorpion. Drake, Take Care. Where we at? Where's the next rapper? 2014 Forest Hills Drive. These niggas ain't making shit that's lasting like this. Salute to Pop Smoke, RIP. That's a great album. I ain't gonna lie. This for me might be the last for a new person. Maybe you can say the death maybe made it whatever, but to me, that album is.
I had some hits on there.
That album is there. It's smooth. But like
I don't remember the whole thing, but I remember it had some good hits for sure.
But then once again, you got Drake at 53, and you got Lil Durk right here. Like where the
Lil Durk had a pretty great album last year.
No, yeah, I salute Durk for being right there.
Lil Durk,
54 weeks.
That was and his performance with him and Lil Baby. Those were two great albums for me.
Yeah, Raw Wave. I was shooting on my boy Raw Wave. He's still in the mix. Travis Scott, Astroworld. This the album, Flower Boy. I think this is a classic.
Well, I was gonna say Flower or something. I thought I was tripping.
Mr. Morale fell off the fucking map.
Yeah, the fact that that's at 80 should let y'all know something.
We got
Drake Take Care is at 50.
Hey, let's keep it a buck. Oh, I love these lists. Yeah, let me see if I can find this shit. My bad. I'm going off the rails real quick, but I gotta see this. I ain't gonna lie. Where's
Graduation is over that hoe, and that shit dropped years ago, over a decade ago.
To Pimp a Butterfly, salute to it still being on the list, but y'all try to tell me this the best shit. Niggas still listening to this? It's way down here at 180. So like I said, salute to it still being on the list because it has been out for a long time. But y'all ain't gonna try to trick me into thinking people really listen to that shit still.
Dirty Sprite 2 is right there. Like, come on, bro. What you listening to? Dirty Sprite 2 with a Pimp a Butterfly. Like, let's be real.
And it's been on there for 217 weeks, so it's been on there longer. So my point is, there really ain't no new rappers. And we got Young Boy, Never Broke Again, Top. They've been out for 117 weeks. So the newer rappers are still in the mix, but they're at the mix at the very bottom, right? And people would say these are their like best albums. You know what I'm saying? So we got B.I.G. Ready to Die. Like, come on. The Carter 3, Gunna, DS4, Ever. Like, you know, what else can I say? I can't even say nothing else.
And it's like when you look at the albums that's next to you, these albums been out for decades, some even longer than that. Like
Get Rich or Die Trying. Yeah.
Give them albums a decade, they wouldn't even be on the top 500 list.
That's kind of trash for a nigga like Sam Smith to be at 131 already. He only been on the chart for 8 weeks. He way down here.
Good for him.
People don't fuck with that devil shit, man. Salute to Nardo Wick. He's still up here. All right, we off this. But that's the point I'm trying to make. Like, damn, these niggas ain't even like really charting like that. Tyler Creator last album I'm throwing classic maybe. When preppy white girls were admitting Drake was their favorite rapper, I tried my best not to be a part of that fan base. See, that's what I'm saying. Even like with like I said, the TikTok shit. When we said what would it take for Kendrick or J. Cole to surpass Drake? Everybody, they're already past him. They're not already past him. Maybe I think they're better rappers, but I still even think if there's all rap on a song together, Kendrick and Cole not washing Drake. I don't even know why people have that narrative. And people like, oh, he's a pop star. Like, I do know there's a lot of records where he's rapped. Like, this ain't the Defend Drake, but it is the Defend Drake podcast. But obviously you're not listening if that shit. And I'm not talking about you, Flying Love, specifically because, you know, whatever. I'm talking about just people I'm seeing on social media that are discussing these things. So, what else we got? Because that conversation spun off longer than I thought it would. We can hop on this. So I think this may be a rumor. This also has to do with Ice Spice. What do you think about Jordan Poole spending $500K allegedly on Ice Spice? Can you hear me? Hello? You frozen? I think Bryce fried. We'll see if Bryce can get back on. I think his internet's down or something like that. But I'll talk about it. So apparently, Ice Spice. Let me see. Maybe he'll call me. No, he's still frozen. Anyways, apparently Jordan Poole spent 500 racks on Ice Spice on their first date. This is what they're reporting. This is according to, what is this? Basketball Insider. I don't know if this is a legitimate site or not, but I'll read it for y'all and let y'all know what he spent that 500 racks on for the first date. Not the second, not the third, but the first date these two went on. So it says, Jordan Poole lucrative contract, I ain't gonna lie. This should say media takeout. This might be false. I ain't gonna lie. This should say media takeout. This might be fake. So I might not even dive into it. Media takeout fake, right? That's just always fake. So I'm not gonna dive into media takeout. But I was gonna talk about the shooting thing that happened, but I wanted Bryce to be on here to really talk about it because I already spoke about it. And he gotta wait for his Wi-Fi. So what we gonna do? It's just me. So let me see. Definitely false story for PR. It is the same pattern with James Harden and Sweetie rumor. James Harden and Sweetie had a rumor? I'm reading something real quick. Ice Spice, Black China, Eric Holder, yeah. So I guess we're just gonna wait here for Bryce to get back because I can't talk about the Nashville shooting thing. Well, I guess I can talk about it. Whatever I'm about to say right now is the same thing. If he smashed and that was his goal, all right, but still goofy. Okay, we can talk about this. Is it goofy if you got it? If you got it, is it goofy? Right? Because I brought the story up all the time, and it was when Dave Ramsey was breaking down Jay-Z spending $83,000 on a night on the town. It was a bar or something like that. He broke it down. This guy's making this many millions a year. He's spending $83,000 compared to a guy who makes $40,000 a year. That's like spending $50, something like that. So is it that crazy? Jordan Poole is making millions of dollars a year, right? $500,000 for him might be nothing. Now, is it a stretch for a first date? Because I don't think Jordan Poole, if this was a true story, would have to do that much on the first date. He don't have to, according to this, take her to Balenciaga, Louis Vuitton, Gucci shopping spree, buy her a Maybach truck, right? And then went out on a nice extravagant date. That's what they're saying. He don't have to do that for the first date. But if he did do it, is there anything wrong with it if you got the money? If you're rich and that's your bread and you want to do that and you feel like that's the way to get this chick, then by all means do what you gotta do, Playboy. Like that's you got the money. What they say, it ain't tricking if you got it. If you got it, you got it. Now I get a lot of people in the chat will be like, nah, that's still tricking. Nah, he a hoe, he this, she played him, he a dummy, he a fool. But if 500,000 is nothing to you, what's the difference in y'all taking a girl out for maybe, I don't know what budget range y'all got, but on a $500 dinner to Mastro's or, Steak 48 or whatever, insert any fancy restaurant that y'all might have in y'all's local city. What's the difference? I don't see a difference. It's OD, yeah, but he's rich, so he good. So anyways, I do want to talk about the damn, I really want Bryce to be on here to talk about that shit. Because that was interesting. That was like, it's interesting to me to see how they playing with this trans mass shooter that took place the other day. I'll talk about right now. Hopefully Bryce, he says Wi-Fi, his lights flickered off in his Wi-Fi. He's waiting for his Wi-Fi to come back on. Even Elon Musk wouldn't spend $500 on the first date, but he wouldn't. But if he did, and I ain't gonna lie, we don't know what Elon would do. Elon might take it to space on the first date, and that's probably cost a couple billion to do that. I ain't gonna lie to you, because Elon Musk could drop 500,000. It's like that 500,000 to him is like dropping like $20. That's nothing. So for Jordan Poole to do it, it looks extreme, looks crazy, looks wild. But, and I'll say this. If Jordan Poole did buy her a truck, I don't think he bought it outright. They're probably just looking at the value of the truck and saying, oh, this truck is valued at $300,000. And now he probably leased it. Same with Quavo. Give me the shit back, sweetie. You're done. All right, Bryce back. Boom, we here. What else we got?
Oh man,
I was talking about the Jordan Poole shit, but I think it's fake. It's a media takeout. They look fake.
I mean, Joe Biden had a little stand up when he's supposed to be addressing the nation on the serious
Let's talk about the
topic.
shooting, then we can talk about that. So my only thing with the shooting is, obviously now we know it's a trans person, right? It was a transgender. It was a female turned male trans man that did the mass shooting. Killed 3 children and killed 3 students at a Christian academy. The thing that irked me is like, because I don't like the trans shit. If you're a good person and you want to be trans, cool. But like when you're a murderer, when you're going to kill 3 children, to see the way these news outlets are jumping over themselves not to misgender or dead name this person and like, oh, we're sorry, we're sorry. Hey, fuck that bitch. She a woman. Like, what am I doing that for? I'm not giving this person no respect. Like, trying to be politically correct with a mass shooter. And I see people, people are mad about it. I know this person did something evil, but I don't have to dead name him, or misgender him. I don't give a fuck. Hey, lady, Audrey Hale, woman, what are y'all doing? Y'all can't be, cancel culture can't be that crazy to where we have a literal mass shooter and y'all are worried about misgendering and dead naming.
That shit goofy.
What are we doing here?
It can't be serious, people.
Let me see. Let me pull it up. But whoever does it, they're not serious whatsoever. They're fucking insane. But someone had said, hold on.
That message came to you at 9:57 in the morning. Is that right?
Yes.
Right. And so tell me from the beginning here. I mean, you received a message through social media from the shooter saying what?
She said, so basically that post I made on here about you, that was basically a suicide note. I'm planning to die today. This is not a joke. You'll probably hear about me on the news after I die. This is the last goodbye. I love you. See you again in another life, Audrey. And then it's more to it.
See, even that, they worried about dead name and all this shit. The motherfucker talking to a chick and she going by the girl name. So, but anyways, that's crazy. So this person pretty much went on a suicide mission. For whatever, we don't know. There are some people saying like, also more trying to give this motherfucker sympathy. They was like, well, with everything they're doing with trans rights today, you can't expect for someone not to push back at some point. Audrey Hale was 28. The laws they trying to pass is so y'all can't do shit to kids. What they got to do with this person? Nothing whatsoever. And even if, like I said, even if it did, even if you are mad about that, to go kill kids in 3, well, one was just a janitor. The other person was the head of the school and a substitute teacher. If you that mad, and I'm not condoning this, go hit up Capitol Hill. Go to the people who actually passing the laws. If you really want to be mad about something, not random ass kids and random ass teachers. So, I don't know, people are just so goddamn stupid. Like, for that to be, like, I was watching that Hassan guy, Hassanabi. He was talking about it. Like, it was like, Hassan speaks on mass shooter. The first 12 minutes is him and his chat talking about pronouns and misgendering and this and that. Like, oh, I don't think they meant to misgender her. I don't think they meant to. I think they're just doing that because the information. Who gives a fuck?
It's a bunch of brain dead people out here.
I'm ranting and raving about that shit. It's just it's horrible.
It's hard to speak on because it's so ignorant. Like, out of all things that matter, that's the last thing that mattered. Like, this person clearly was mentally ill, so why would we give a fuck how they gender themselves when we already see how they behave and act in real life is just irrelevant in their decision. So why we like, what are we talking about, bro?
And then like the gender is really irrelevant. We're gonna look at Audrey Hale, that's a woman. We're not doing all that. So CBS News said, update, police identified the suspect as a 28-year-old Audrey Hale, who they shot and killed at the scene. CBS News is still working to confirm Hale's gender identity. What? USA Today. Police on Monday afternoon said that the shooter was a transgender man. Officials had initially misidentified the gender of the shooter. MSNBC. Update. A previous post about the National Christian school shooting included initial information from police officials about the suspect's gender. Those officials have since noted that the shooter was transgender. This is from the New York Times. There was confusion later on Monday about the gender identity of the assailant in the Nashville shooting. Officials had used she and her to refer to the suspect, who, according to a social media post and a LinkedIn profile, appeared to identify as a man recent months. Bro, give a fuck about that. Well, why is that the story?
That should be on goofy.
But it's like, it's giving into the delusion and shit. Like I said, mass shootings. At this point in my life, I can only say it's tragic and it's sad. I'm not, like I said, I'm not gun control man. I don't know if that'll even work. And I'm not, whatever on the other side. Like, I don't know what to do. I'll leave it up to y'all to figure out.
We need to solve mental illness. That's the real problem.
That is. Everybody who commits these mass shootings are severely mentally ill. We could definitely say that. Severely mentally ill. So this person was obviously mentally ill. They're a piece of shit. I don't care if you misgendered her. Why? Don't give a fuck. Why would I care?
Bro.
Why would I care? This person killed 3 kids, 3 9-year-olds, for no reason. And also, I said, like, she went to that Christian school as a kid. Now, maybe y'all say, if we found out reading the manifesto, she did it because they abused her as a child. I wouldn't condone her killing if you kill your abuser, I'm not mad at that. I ain't gonna lie. But I'm not gonna but you kill kids. So it's like, all that goes out the window. Them kids ain't do shit to you. They didn't choose to go to that Christian school. Their parents paid that $16,000 for them to go there. So if you just take out your day because you mad about whatever, let's say it was trans things that made you mad, push you over the edge. That's worth killing somebody. Passing a law that said we're not going to give hormone replacement therapy. We're not going to allow you to chop off your breast. We're not going to allow you to do whatever bottom surgery. We're not going to allow that's like, oh, and like I said, that rhetoric, it's that rhetoric too. When I'm watching these town halls and I see people, a woman saying this was in Florida at the time, because Florida's trying to pass a bill like that too. When you see people that's really going up there and be like, this is similar to what they did in Nazi Germany. When you comparing, you scared, you're telling people this is Nazi Germany type of shit. You think you gonna have some lunatic motherfuckers that really take heat on that? No different than the white supremacists that, oh look, all the Mexicans are coming stealing our jobs. Boom, we got the shooting in El Paso. Black people are the scourge of the earth. You got the Buffalo shooter. Like, it's no different. Y'all might think y'all on the right side of history because we're on the left. There's lunatics in every single group, and we see it all the time. Yep. The lunatics ain't just on the right; they on the left as well. And you can see a Bernie Sanders supporter shot up a congressional baseball game a couple years back. There's crazies on every side, and like I said, y'all may not think y'all pushing that Trump supporters or this and that. There's gonna be crazy motherfuckers that act on that. Same as the other side. Black people ain't no good. They're taking over your communities. They kill black people. Mexicans come across the border. They're bringing drugs. They're doing this. They're doing that. They kill just random ass Mexican people. Not even actual cartel people. Like I said, you want to go kill cartel people? I don't condone it, but that makes more sense. But just random Mexicans at Walmart? Like, come on, bro. You're bugging. There's lunatics on every side, and they're all fucking crazy. Every last one of them. But that's all I got for tonight. I was going to talk about Black China and her transformation, because I was going to ask you, do you think somebody can really reform themselves from their past life? Like, she took her fillers out. She's getting her butt taken out. She said she's found God. She don't want to go by Black China no more. She'll go by Angela White. She deleted her OnlyFans. And I know she did it, so she can't really delete that. Like, it's out there. But she's trying to go down a better path in life at this point with everything she got going on. So,
I mean, I believe it could be genuine, but it just it fit the timeline conveniently of, oh, I'm gonna run through, destroy my prime, and after try to have regret and remorse and find God. That's what most people do. They live that lifestyle.
I didn't know it was an old clip. I thought it was a new clip of this porn star named Riley Reid. That Michael guy who was on the year-end list thing with us, the guy from New York who was like putting all these random Joe rappers on it. He reacted to it, and it was like, that shit just sad. Like, y'all thinking that shit all fun and games, but doing that type of life has consequences. She was talking about her parents. She's like, I can't even go see my dad because my stepmom don't rock with me being in the industry, right? And then she also said that she's like, well, Dad, can we, like, she can't go to her dad's house because stepmom don't rock with it. He said, well, Dad, can we go out and get coffee? And the dad was like, I don't want to be seen with you in public. It's embarrassing. Like, bro, your daughter known for, like, forget all that sexual liberation shit, bro. No man wants their daughter to be out here known for getting ran through, running trains on, sucking dick. Like, no man wants that.
Bukkake Central.
Like, bro, it's embarrassing. And even in the video, because I wanted to play the clip. So I went to her YouTube channel and I realized, oh, this is a 3-year-old clip, but it still has relevance to what we're talking about. The opening of her thing is her, like, where a girl's looking up at the camera type POV style, but she's sucking on a banana. So you're still doing that porn. Like, what dad would want that? Y'all think like that's the thing. Like, people think these things don't have consequences. Like, it's like, oh yeah, be sexually free and liberated.
I seen some people talking about that. It's like about their kids, and they was talking about how you feel about your kid gonna be able to be bullied when they find out their mother is like doing this. And first they was just kind of in denial, acting like, well, it's not gonna happen. Or I think they said they brought up something on a level of like, there's other women that do things that's not right, and you should shame them too. But it's like, well, isn't it levels to it? And it wasn't clicking to them, and then they end up going into like, well, I don't even think bullying should even be a thing. Like, let's just make up a whole nother reality or some shit. Like, it just
stupid shit.
Like, your kids, your family, potential spouses, and if someone, even if it was your friend, if they really cared about you, like, they're gonna be embarrassed, bro.
Like, bro, like I said, these people don't live in reality. So when they hear stuff like that, they're triggered. They go straight to like, you want to control women. Like, for instance, when you hear this statement, do you think this means control women? Because I got killed on TikTok for this because I defended this guy. He said 4 things a man would want, right? Like, dream things: a large house with a mountain view, a pleasant wife with no attitude, 3 to 5 kids, and an RV garage that is a gym. That's 4 things men will want. Those seems like wants, right? Like a dream, a fantasy. But it was the pleasant woman with no attitude. I took that as a woman who's like not always combative, that'll listen. And the crazy thing is, they've warped listen into like this negative thing. When I say listen, it don't mean everything I say goes. That's not what that means.
It means
just like
slavery.
Don't make one thing I hate, and like this happened in every relationship. Like, if you make little things a big argument, I hate. That's my pet peeve. Like, little thing, like, we're not like, come on. As if I cheat, if I do crazy, like, that's what I would mean when I hear like no attitude. To me, like, not blowing up for no fucking reason.
Yeah,
that's what I take it as. So when the guy's speaking to Ethan Klein, he's explaining it to him like, I mean this. I just want a wife that's nice. That's that ain't saying bad words to me. They're not talking down to me, not belittling me, not doing none of that. Like, that makes sense, right? That make what man would want.
What any person probably would want.
And then Ethan took it as, no, when you say that, you mean you want a woman that's docile, servitude. I'm like, why do you go to the extreme? And then the people was trying to kill me on it. They was like, you don't know his real views on women. I said, can y'all send me the video of him saying crazy wild shit like this when it pertains to women? Nobody could do it. And then when I went to his page, he was saying that he don't want his wife to work. I was like, y'all know, like, millions of families, this is their structure, where the woman don't work. This happens in America.
Billions of women that want it to be that way for them.
That's what I'm saying. And I was like, do y'all not think he's going to find that woman who wants to, like, he's a millionaire. Isn't there's going to be a woman? Well, he got a woman now. He said, he called his girl, she's in college. He said, you can go to college, that's cool, but when we get married, I don't want you to work. She said, that's a dream. Thank you. Like, and then I'm on TikTok, I'm seeing these mothers who are crying because they got to go back to work because they want to be with their baby. Women want to do that. So why are y'all trying to make that a bad thing when there's millions of women? Probably more women want that than don't want that. All women don't want to be
by
the boss
big
chick,
majority. Even if they
that.
do, they still want a man that got more money than them. They just not gonna settle, but they still want it.
Yeah.
Like,
I just feel like TikTok is like the people, the chatters, they're just brain rot. They're on their side. And if you oppose their side in any way, like the video we did about Trump and Biden, nigga said, "Oh, y'all are loser Trump supporters." They try to call us Silk and what's the girl name who just died? The black chicks that rock with Trump, Silk and Diamond. That train is over with. I'm like, bro, we didn't support Trump. We didn't praise him. We're just saying, what's the fact? They trying to take this dude out. They can't do it. Everything they tried has not worked. Y'all too delusional to the fact to see that, but God bless. But that's all I got for that. We were here for 2 hours. 2 hours. It was fun. It was great. Hope you guys enjoy. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Subscribe to Radio SoundCloud, Spotify, iTunes for the full version of the podcast. Anything else you gotta say, Bryce?
Hey man, it's been fun. It's been a good one. Enjoyed the combos. Enjoyed y'all pulling up to the chat, man. Y'all stay tuned.
We out, man.